Hey everybody, this is Pam with Tappers Creek Homestead and more. Welcome to the channel. Sorry guys. Sorry. Okay. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing okay. If you're in the bushes, I appreciate you all coming in. Also, forgive me if my eyes starts running because my allergies have been bothering me, so I'm trying my best to keep them under control. Um, we got a good topic tonight. I think we got a good topic tonight. I'm finally at home resting and sitting down and chilling. So, but I do want to say welcome. Those of you all who are watching in the bushes, those of you all are here for the first time. A little bit about our channel is we're actually on a homestead journey of becoming farm girls, which it's me and my granddaughter. And we've been taking classes on learning how to become beekeepers. We've been learning all about the different vegetables, some vegetables I've never heard of. But it's interesting because when I came to the YouTube streets, a lot of the things that I know now I didn't know. I was already a prepper, but I wasn't growing anything because I never planted anything until I got the opportunity to plant at Don't Hurt the Harvest. Um, so um, getting myself out there to turning my stuff on silent, guys, in case phones start ringing and stuff. Hey, sweet thumb, welcome in. So basically, just trying to do my classroom work, learn all that I can. Uh, so when me and my granddaughter finally do get the land, we'll be prepared. So, um, if you can hear me clearly, put a one in the chat. Also, if you're going to come up on the panel so you can discuss tonight's topic, I already dropped the link. It's only been 2 minutes and 38 seconds, so I'm just gonna wait till a few more people come in before I actually say the topic. I think I mentioned it last night to some people. Hey, Ayla, how are you? Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just waiting till some of the panelists get in because I just went live, so some people probably hadn't got the notification that I went live yet. So I'm trying to give them a few more minutes to come in so we can go over the topic. So how's everybody doing? Did anybody get any planting done today? Harvesting done today? Did anybody do some pressure cooking, canning, water bathing? I'm interested in all those things. Although I have not yet water bath, but I have pressure cooked, pressure canned before, and I want to learn how to do dehydrating. Now, the funny thing about it is, I have three dehydrators. I have not yet used those. I have a steam canner. I have not used it, and what else? A jam and jelly maker. I didn't know Ball made a jam and jelly maker till I went on Amazon one day and it popped up. I ordered it. I have not used it yet. So those are some things that I'm interested in learning how to do. And I think it'll be fun because I want to be able to learn to do the different types of preserving the food whenever we get our place to start growing. Um, Hopefully those are clean enough. But waiting on my mic. I changed the time, guys, because I was supposed to go live at 9:30 on at night, but I'm finding myself not waking up on time. So that's the reason why I actually changed it to 9 o'clock. And I think we're gonna see how that goes. Since I'm always on live almost 2 hours or three, it just depends on how good the topic is, what everybody got to say, and just trying to stay focused. especially with my goals. And this is my vision board, and I got it put on this wall so I can start working on it. So it's been a minute since I made it. I think almost a month since I made that vision board. So if y'all could see it. But this painting was one of the paintings that we did for the paint and sip if you missed it. Hey Laura, welcome in, welcome in. So this painting was part of the sip paint and smile that we did Sunday. So that was the first time that we did it. And I honestly say I had fun doing the sip paint and smile. So that's gonna be something that we do regularly once a month. The next one will be July the 7th. So I put in the community post on my community page the 6 pictures that you can choose from if you want to participate on the next paint and sip. But this is I call it my dream wall, and it's pretty much got everything I think about, everything that I dream about. And yeah, so sad part about it is I look at it every day and I have not implemented anything. Um, because like on my bucket list, I don't know if you can see this part. My bucket list says things that I want to things that I want to do is homestead, travel, just live, just enjoy life. Um, I also want to take a trip to Ghana, to Africa. I want to visit Africa once. I've not been out of the country. So my goal is to at least travel once to Africa, to Canada, and to Hawaii. So those are the three main things that I really want to do that's on my bucket list. And then um this one right here is a farm life. This is what me and Mackenzie striving for, to live a self-sufficient life. This is I'm already studying to become a beekeeper. I already took up some lessons with Sarah Happy Hive. So I've been learning. I'm able to identify the queen bee. So this last time, hey Nicole, welcome in, welcome in. This last time I went to her house, I was able to identify the queen bee, which was amazing. Hey, don't hurt the harvest. Welcome in. Um, Also, one of my goals is to just be happy. Try to find the things that makes me happy. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody else coming in. Um, I talked about being the big picture is to be self sufficient. So I talked about that. I want to be able to grow 100% of our food, as well as the meat animals, to be able to grow all the medicinal herbs, as well as to become a beekeeper to get our own honey. I do not want to be able to depend on the store for nothing. Hey, Albert, welcome in, welcome in. Anybody wants to come up and join the panel for tonight's discussion? I've already dropped the link. If I need to drop it again, let me know. Um, so let me see. Um, well, basically, it just describes my dream wall. Just really describes the things that I dream about, the things that I think about, the things that I want to do. So this is something that I've been procrastinating about, and I not started working on it, and I need to start working on it. So I finally put seeds in the ground, and Don't Hurt the Harvest allowed me and my granddaughter to come over there to plant in her yard. So I got cucumbers, like 5 different varieties of cucumbers growing, and they're actually doing. Great. Then I have snowball white tomatoes. I don't even know what a snowball white tomato tastes like. I never heard of a snowball white tomatoes because in my little brain I thought tomato was only green and red. But oh, was I wrong. When I came over to this community, I learned there was a lot of different varieties of tomatoes, as well as hey.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We
I
doing
cannot see
fine.
the
How you doing?
chat.
Oh, cause you
Okay,
sitting
my
outside.
yeah, and my
What's up, David? What's
device
up?
I'm
What's up?
charging it
What's
up.
up? Huh?
Hello, David. Let me go get some other thing. Okay, okay. Now I can see the comments, but I can't see me. That's okay.
Hey.
Hey
How you
everybody.
doing, beautiful?
I didn't know
Right.
you was changing the
Is that
time to the
Netta?
night. I would
Oh,
have
that's my.
told you. I would have. Yeah, I was doing Bible study.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did it because
Oh,
I had mentioned it earlier because
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know you was starting today.
yeah, I started tonight my renaissance.
I don't blame you. I hear
Because
you.
I,
Hey,
I
David.
yeah, I need to
Hey,
be
Don't
up.
Hurt the Harvest. Sweet Thumb, Nicole Reeves,
how you doing
Aldred,
my
Layla.
Renaissance dress?
My,
Hey,
my renaissance.
everybody. Laura and
Don't hurt
Tampa.
the harvest is above you.
Yeah, I know. I see her.
Uh,
She said,
you
okay.
breaking up. Don't hurt the harvest.
You can put me below.
Huh?
Okay, is this better?
Yep.
Is
Yep.
this better?
It's a whole lot better.
I guess I'm gonna have to hold this right at my face. Then.
Why?
Yes, indeed. Okay. I was trying to prop it up on something. I guess that was the problem. It was covering up.
Yeah.
Everybody doing okay?
Hey, Sweet Thumb.
Hey, Sweet Thumb. Oh yeah, Sweet Thumb came in first. I spoke to Sweet Thumb earlier. Um,
Mhm.
what my book at, Mackenzie? My pink book. Where's my pink book? My pink book. Shake it. Aren't you early today? No, David, I'm on time, boo boo. I'm right on time. I'm
Ooh,
I am on time. I told y'all when I was live earlier, as I was driving down the highway, that I was changing the time from 9:30 to 9 from now on. So Tampa show would be at 9 o'clock Monday through Friday.
all right, all right.
I I'm not getting the proper rest I need, and plus, once I get off of here, I'm still wired up, and it takes a minute for me to unwind. And now I got to start being up at 5 o'clock. Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia. Welcome
Hey,
in.
Sylvia.
David said, didn't get a chance to bathe. you you didn't have to tell us that you didn't get a chance to bathe, bro. So we've been in it 14 minutes. Do y'all want to go on and do you want me to go on and tell y'all the topic? Or we can just wait a few more minutes.
We
That
can
that
go
Miss
ahead.
Alice,
They'll catch up.
look, Miss Alice,
Like,
what David say? Stop eating them sugar babies. Wide up. No, I ain't no sugar babies. Okay. So the topic for tonight, guys, is do you think there should be duties between do you think there should be men duties and women duties in a relationship or marriage? David said where big fingers drop to. Oh, she probably gonna come back in. Okay, there she go. So
Oh, okay,
top,
I'm back.
the topic again,
To
guys,
get
is:
some. There we go.
do you think there should be men duties and women duties in a relationship or marriage? David
Hmm.
said, hell no, whomever can do it. So, what do y'all think?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh, Ms. Allen, David said, there go big fingers. She's back.
I'm trying to do some things here. Y'all should be used to me now. Okay. I just think there are some jobs that women may be more suited for. Like I think
Explain, please.
nurturing. I mean like nurturing the
Okay.
family a little bit more, But I think men can nurture also, but I think women are more nurturing.
Well,
But I think you all get in there and you work it out together.
that's true. But you got some men that say
Mm.
women have jobs and men have jobs.
Mm.
Let's take the trash for instance. I'm the type of person is if you walk past this trash and it's overflowing, whether you a girl or a boy, it needs to go out the door. Don't wait till I
Yeah.
tell you go in there and take the
Mm.
trash out. I mean, I had all girls, so they had to do certain chores regardless. We didn't have always have a man in the house.
Hmm. Well, all my
My,
children, they all did chores together, dishes and stuff like that. One wash, one dry, one put up.
some of these women bigger than men and stronger. Girl, hand me that spare tie. I'll wash dishes. That's crazy. Ooh, I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Do you think there should be men duties and women duties in a relationship or marriage? Chat. What do y'all think? My Renaissance, this was her topic, and she hadn't said nothing yet.
Well, I was getting
She's
ready to,
listening.
and then you said chat, so I said, okay, well, I'll wait till
Oh,
after
my
the
bad, my bad, my bad. Well, while we waiting on the chat, they hadn't typed nothing yet. So,
Okay, so I think it depends on each individual family
okay.
because some men will absolutely not allow their wife to do certain things. Like if you go to grab that trash, I mean, it's an argument. What do you think you're doing? You put that trash down. And some men even go fill up their wives or significant others' cars. When if they've been off the weekend and work starts back Monday, they're the ones that go fill it up. If it's you work in if you live in a snowy state and you go to work, they go out there, they clean off the car. So I think it's the individual whatever that family comes together and in their agreements, that's what I think it should be. But and some men do, and some families do think they're not going. Some women, honey, they not gonna break a fingernail, honey. They not gonna lift a bag of trash. They not gonna do anything. But if I had a husband and he worked all day, and when he came home tired, and he go, "Oh man, that yard is getting out of hand. I'm gonna get to it tomorrow." And so, say tomorrow come, and then he has to end up working overtime. And when he get home, it's dark. And so he thought, "Oh well, I just get it tomorrow." No, when by the time he get home tomorrow, that grass is going to be cut because I am not above not cutting some grass. I can do
Right.
anything, you know, So I think it's a family thing. You know, I don't think I'm not gonna touch this because that's your job. And you know, you not gonna touch that because you say it's my job. So that's that whole thing about couples need to know about each other before they become one.
That's
True.
You
right.
need to
That's
you need to
right.
air all of that out. Don't get into the marriage and then be looking crazy when they start throwing rules at each
Hmm.
other. I'm not doing that, so that all need to be squashed in the beginning. But me
There
myself
you go.
personally, I think I'm not above anything. If I'm tired, if I've been with the kids all day or just I worked all day, it ain't nothing wrong with you washing those dishes. So I don't really see it.
Hmm.
I'm
And
not thinking
David
about
said,
Right,
it,
right.
Corey.
David said we had days to watch this. Me, my brother, and my sister, and we did too, because my grandparents raised us, and they had a big calendar. You know, the big desktop calendar that my grandmother would fill out with our days and what we supposed to be doing, and she'll hang it up like I got this poster. And if it's your day and them dishes still in there, oh, she waking you up. She don't care if it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. She wants that kitchen to clean. Whatever your chores
Right.
is, she wants it done. So my grandparents didn't care whether you was a boy or a girl. Sylvia said
Right. Right.
everybody in the house should do work. If you see it needs to be done, do it. David gonna
Right.
say, I let not me. I'll say,
Right.
look at God if I see you take it out the trash. I had no
Now
problem
I
taking
was
out the trash.
now I will say this with my husband. He likes to cut the grass, and a few days he would say, "I'm going to get it." He come home, he's tired. I'm like, "Well, I get it." And I had got the lawnmower out and had cut the grass, and he was a little perturbed. I think it's a form of relaxation for him, and so that's just something he wants to do. So since that's something to do, I'll let him do it. But I'm not above doing it. You mind doing it, but you know, when he wants to do it, I'll let him do it. You know.
My Renaissance, you screaming to your channel.
I'm trying to type it in here, child.
Sweet Thumb says
Oh, and my
uh,
Renaissance grandma,
Uh-huh.
there
I
should be a
did
structure.
uh, those plastic bubble wraps. I got them from the
Uh-huh.
Amazon store off of
Uh-huh.
Amazon for the
Uh-huh.
bottles and boxes and everything. To tell
Uh,
Tampa they'll be here Friday, so don't go to the post office because I done already ordered the bubble wrap and the boxes that is just for those bottles. So I just wanted you to know supposed to be here Friday, Pam. So
Alice,
I
he says,
have
stay
that.
off
So
his
that way
mower.
we don't have to worry about.
breakage.
Yeah, that's what he says. Of it.
You messing with his wheels,
Yeah, he
Alice.
don't
Stay
like
off of
he don't
his.
like me riding. I'll
I
be on
cut
there
grass.
just riding
I like
around.
how I cut it. I like it manicured OCD issue. That's what Sylvia said. I mean, I will cut grass, but I'm allergic to it. And baby, after I'm finished cutting grass,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh Lord. But after a while, I had to
Mhm.
start paying somebody to come cut my grass because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't hardly breathe when I
Right.
finished cutting grass. But then my middle child, she would go out there and cut the grass, and it don't bother her. Like I would cut the
Mm.
like she would cut the back, and I would cut the front, or we'll switch it up, and I would cut the back, and she'll cut the front. But after a while, I couldn't do it. David, talk about some say thank you for bubble wrap order, and thank you, Alice. David, get up here on this
You're
live while you
welcome.
sitting there instigating. Thank you,
He all
my
right.
Alice.
Yes, I went and I ordered. They supposed to be Friday, so you will have a cute little box, and they'll be bubble wrapped and protected.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
What about Sylvia's
yeah.
thing?
David don't want no broken box. Oh,
I'm
Sylvia's.
Oh, yeah.
I can. I have a box I can put in hers in. and some wrap.
Cause hers
Did you
can't
show her
go in the
what
one
she's?
that I got from the post office. It's too big or too little.
I don't know. You've got it. You can try it and see if it will fit.
Kids, give me that box. Let me see. Sweet thumb,
She's got a
sweet.
sky bar with hers.
What is that?
This thing right here.
Yeah,
That's
what
a
is it?
sky bar. It's a sky bar.
Something
It keeps
fan.
your wine cool, and she can carry it with her. See if it'll fit in there.
Yeah, Sylvia, this one is yours. As I was gonna say, make
It
sure
may
you
not
get that
fit in that.
box. I don't think it's gonna fit. Nope, it's not. I gotta get a
Okay,
bigger.
I'll get a. Okay,
Yeah, I gotta
we'll
get a
get
bigger.
one.
Now it might. No, it ain't gonna go in that one either. Cause I was gonna say it might go in that box that you put the wine in it, but that ain't gonna go in there neither.
It'll be well. No, it's not. It's too tall. It won't fit in there.
Yeah, it
We'll
is.
just get another one,
Sylvia said, "Ooh, thank you
and it's
so
very
much."
light, so it's not going to add no weight to it. You're welcome. Yeah, she'll
Yep.
that
Well, I had sent you
be in
some
Georgia
bubble
when it's
wrap,
hot.
so I guess you could just hold on to it for something else.
Oh, that's that notification that came to my
Oh,
phone
okay.
today. My
Awesome.
Renaissance.
Awesome. Then you got your
I got
excess.
I got a tracking number today. That
You
something was
did?
coming from you. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see.
When did you send it?
I sent it today, but I usually have to go in and do that.
Hey, Miss Jones True. Oh, are you on my side, Miss
Hi,
Jones
Miss
True, or are
Jones.
you
True.
on my Renaissance grandmama side? Because if you're on my
She's
side,
on mine.
oh,
She's
can
on
you come
mine.
on my side, Jones Truth, and click the link so you can come up and help us discuss this topic?
There you go.
Sylvia said, yes, Dave, I cut grass and everything. Everything. Oh, snap a doodle. Where is
All
it at?
right.
See, it's expected by Friday the 14th, and it gave me a tracking number.
Wow,
All
that
right.
is baffling.
And when I click on the tracking number, it says UPS has accepted in possession of the item. They hadn't sent it out in transit yet, but they
So
got
that
it.
so that means I don't have to send them out, I guess, because they send them out.
I
I'm,
got something that
I'm
said you
baffled. I'm telling
purchased
you, I didn't even
something.
know that they did that. I mean, I did just join this new thing on USPS, so maybe that was a perk that came with it. But girl, when I tell you they gave me the blues at that post office, when I
Mm.
first walked in, the guy started yelling at me. And
Uh,
I was like, what did I do? But he had a customer. He said, you just wait. You just wait. And I'm like, because I just walked through the door. I'm like, what did I do? And so he came over there. He looked at the box. Look at this box. Because the bubble wrap was bigger than the box, so the box is kind of protruding. He's like, look at this box. Look at this box. And it's a medium. And you didn't even pay for a medium. I said, yeah, I did pay for me. No, you're not. This is not the price of a medium. And look at all this tape on here. Girl, he went off. I was like, do you want me to
Oh,
just take
baby,
the
he
box
went, he
out?
went.
wow.
No, just leave it. Yeah. And they was like, girl, don't pay no attention to him.
Mm,
He
But
is
he
really
gave me the clues
tripping.
about that box, honey.
He is
mm, mm,
tripping.
mm.
He tripping. He tripping. But I
I'm
got.
glad you told me.
I signed up for UPS um mail tracker. So anything that gets put into my PO box, and that's with your house mail or whatever. Anything that
Right.
gets put in my box, they scan it before it goes in my box and it comes to my email. So I
The
know
first
it's mail. Yeah, I
I
know.
tried to set up for that the first time, and the first time they told me I couldn't because they said businesses couldn't do it. So then I waited a while, and then I tried it again, but that was back when I was sick at the like December through April, and they sent it to me then, baby. I was too sick to even mess with it. But then
Wow.
so the expiration date passed. So I'm going to see if I could go back in there and do it again.
It probably depends on the shipper
Mhm.
has the receipt information in the system. Yep, she already had her information in there. Yep.
But I
So
mean,
guys, so those of you all who just came in, the topic tonight is
or
You had to look it
I
up.
went
You
I
forgot.
went blank. I'm sorry, I went blank again. The topic tonight is, do
Right.
you think there should be men duties and women duties in a relationship or marriage? So do you think women and men supposed to have specific duties in a relationship or a marriage? I say no. Because what you consider woman's work is man's work too.
really it is, honey.
Mm.
And if one is sick
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
and the other one is carrying everything, what you gonna do? Not take out that trash because he's sick, or not, go out there and cut that grass when it's coming up to your kneecaps and he too sick to do it. So yeah, I think duties is for everybody. I mean, if he chooses, I'm not gonna argue with him because I know I've known some men. Baby, they love cutting grass.
Right.
They like how they put the lines in it, and you wasn't touching
Yeah.
their grass. So if that's the relationship
Hmm.
we got, I'm good with it.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Hey,
So yeah, I
CC.
don't think it should
Well,
be rules.
Hey,
I think
good.
it
I
should
said
be
if.
whatever that
Hey,
relation.
CC.
hey.
Sylvia,
Hey,
y'all.
Texas hands
Mm-hmm.
in the
Sylvia.
dirt. Oh, thank
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm
Hey,
glad
Texas
you
man
like
in
it.
the dirt.
What's up,
Sylvia.
CC?
Hey.
Hey. I had to
Sylvia.
water that garden.
Oh, snap. Looking like a
I
bunch of.
had to do it twice
I know
today.
that's right.
What type of motorcycle you drive?
Yep.
Girl, none. None. But this hair with this humidity, it need to be hit.
David said, no, not at all. If I'm sick in the bed, the children need to eat. You not gonna cook for them since it's woman's work.
Nah.
First of all.
I just
Mm.
want to know why would
Let's
you
hear
consider,
CC's view.
huh?
Let's hear CC's view.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's see. I don't know where we got these roles in relationship. Works for all.
Oh,
Some
I don't.
relationships do have roles. Some of
Yeah,
them
they
do.
do. Some of them
well,
do.
one role that a man can't ever fulfill, they can't have a baby. So,
If they do, baby, I got a lot of making up to do. I need to get.
like, it's your year. You have the kid this year.
Ugh,
That'd be nice.
wow.
I
Ooh,
know. I
yes,
don't think so.
indeed.
Responsibility should be automatically put on one person. You are supposed to be a team. Ayla, well said.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Teamwork make a dream work.
and it trips me out
Mm-hmm.
when somebody say a happy wife, a happy life. Well, what about the husband? Is he not supposed to be happy?
Well, they came up with that because they used to always try to say black women had attitudes and black women wanted this way and that way. So they try to say just keep them happy, just keep them happy, and then everything gonna be all right. But that's not every black woman.
No, because
Thank
if
you.
my man ain't
Thank you.
happy, I'm not happy. I don't know. That's just me. I can't. Sweet Thumb said I can't have a
Crickets.
baby, but I can pick up a washing machine by myself. I can too with a dot. I can slide it on my
Gotta
dot
pick up a washer.
and I can lift it. I drove for FedEx 2.5 years, baby. I hated that job. But I
can
help
have a
you
baby.
have a baby. Nor can you have one without men. Well, you can't have one, but you ain't gotta have the physical because you can go to the
right,
sperm.
right. It's still possible to have a baby without having the physical of the man.
Exactly. Hey, Bayou. What's
Hey,
up?
Hey,
Bayou.
Bayou. Hey,
Hey,
GD.
Jones,
Hey,
are you
Bayou, how are you?
It's
is
at the
Jones?
top.
Is she on my side or she still on my
She's
renaissance?
on. She's
She's
on.
on your side now, I believe.
Okay, let me drop the link.
It's just like women
Let me
saying
drop the
Jesus.
link. What's up, JG Behaving? Come on up here, JG Behaving.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
I know. I, we already
Come
know he
on
the
up
alpha
here,
male.
J3, if you can stay awake. Come on up here.
We know he the alpha male. He is the alpha male. A
Oh
woman's work
gosh.
is in the house. That's gonna bring
Okay. If I sit there, then they
Now,
might
as
see
for
you,
me,
Fallon.
the duties of a
Hey,
man and
just
woman, it just all depends on what need to get done. So,
let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna sit over here in the corner.
what duties you
Good
got
evenings.
if you're a
Good
single
evening.
mom?
How y'all doing?
All
Hey.
right, and you?
I'm just really kind of tuning in, so I'm kind of behind. You have to update me. What are we talking about?
Hello,
What
J3.
duties
Hey, Jess.
should there be duties between men and women in a relationship or in a
Should
Before she
there
start,
should there be
y'all ain't gonna
or
be
are
talking
there?
trash about my brother going to sleep on here yesterday. Y'all hear me?
No, we
Y'all ain't
not.
gonna be talking about my family.
We
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 was
didn't
are
say
not.
nothing
nice.
about
Hey,
you
we
going to
are
We
not
sleep.
was
playing.
nice. Tampa even said, "Go ahead and let him get some rest." So we were
Exactly. Now apologize,
covering you,
brother.
Appropriate.
I
covering
heard
you
I
with
was watching
love.
the video and some people was talking trash about him. So y'all gonna have to chill out on that now. We
tell him to
Georgia
take a
boys
nap
don't play
before he
that.
get ready to go on live.
David said lies you tell. You could never have a baby without a man, Sissy, even if you think it artificial. We didn't say
Yes.
that.
We saying the
We said
physical
you could
body
not
of the man
you
you
can
don't
have a
have to
baby
have.
without physical.
That's facts, though. That's facts, though.
Yeah, we
Right.
ain't
I
got
mean, we still have to
time
have
with you to
a
have a
donor.
baby.
Oops.
Not at all.
You right. Some of y'all women could do like these other folks and go get a dog.
Well,
Hey, G Hud, how you doing?
hey,
Welcome.
growing with Hudson.
Adrian,
Hey, G Hud.
Sylvia said, I love being outside, so
I do
looking
too.
me in the house will not work. Locking me in the house will not work. You
For
can lock me
real.
in the
I'm an
house all
outside
day. I
person
don't
too.
care.
I do not want to be in the house. Mm-mm.
So the question was, should there be or are there?
Are there?
Do you
It's a
think?
should there be? Do you think it
Should
should be
there
men?
be?
Yeah, should there be men duties and women duties in a marriage and a relationship?
Yes.
Hey, Tamika.
We already know your view.
Exactly.
Who said yes? Jay.
Of
Jex.
course.
Jex.
Of course. The woman places in the kitchen.
Actually, whether you think there should be or are there are roles, period. The roles are there. And they may be, as they say, muddled in the water. They put a little dirt in there, muddle them up so you can't really see clearly, but the roles are there. They try to hide them behind all this, what is this?
Hey,
This
Tamika, Day.
new age thinking, but the roles are still there. The roles are still there.
Yes.
Because being honest, there's a lot of things we will never be able to do like a man. I mean, just
That's right. That's
that's
right.
just that's
That's
just fact. I mean,
That's
because
true.
number one,
That's
you
right.
can't
We had the strength that I had prayed for it at times. I'm like, Lord,
tell.
give me a man's strength. I need to change this tire, and I can't get this bolt off in this aggravating.
I'm gonna tell you how you do
Throw
that,
your
baby.
weight.
Because my
Throw
uncle
your
told me
weight
how to
on it.
do that.
hey,
My
Throw your
uncle
weight
told
on
me
it.
to put that lug on that tie, put my weight on it. As I'm
Throw
putting
your
my
weight
weight on
on it.
it, and that's how I changed my
You
tire.
know
Okay.
what I did? I broke a lug nut doing that.
Because you put too much weight on it.
I broke it. I was like, oh,
Do me a favor.
Hey, Nikki. Nikki said, I am not a man. And I don't want
neither
to be a
ne-
man either.
neither do I try to be or want to be. I'm
right.
Well,
content. The thing is, we've got the world has trying to so-called moving forward and actually is going backwards. they're trying to say, if you think a certain way, or if you have this or you have that, then you don't have a role. You still got a role. Whether you you cannot hide that fact. It's there. So the thing is, here's what I always taught my children. Look, I don't care what you do. You can't control anything in this world. The only thing you can control is you and how you react in it. So, and there's going to be roles in the marriage. There's going to be roles in relationship. There's going to be roles, because you are not going to tell me a little 4', 10" woman and got a dude who's 6'2" and a fight break out. He gonna say, "You stand back, baby. I'll handle it." Please, come on now. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If you was in a fight, if you short and you got a big old dude in a fight, and somebody coming to attack you, you're not gonna stand there and say, "I got this." And
Unless you got a pew with you.
That's it. That's the only way you're gonna win that fight.
Mhm.
You know, because look, my husband, I don't have a problem with it. My husband is my protector. I don't have to worry about it. He got my back. And guess what? If I can't do nothing but pick up a stick, a baseball bat, or something, I'm going to have his back the best way I can. I may get hurt, but I'm not going to let nobody, just attack him and beat him down. And I stand there and go, "Oh, help me, please." No, it's not me. Nope.
Me neither.
If we united, we going down together.
Right.
Hey, Tigsy.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Tixie.
Well, the
So,
only
no,
reason why I know how to change a tire is because one day we got a flat, and I was picking my ex-husband up from work, which was my first husband. We got a flat, and I asked him to show me how to change a tire. He was hot. He didn't want to do it. I said, "Let me tell you something. The only reason why I want to know this is because I don't want to be in this car stranded somewhere and you can't get to me because I'm driving our own
Hey,
vehicle."
baby girl.
That's
So
it.
I needed
That's
to learn how to change a tire. Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you something. I know how to change a tire. I know. Look, I'll get some lumber and build something. I know how to do a lot of things they would say traditionally a man, but just because I know how to do them doesn't mean that's my role. You know what I'm saying? It just means if push come to shove, I can survive. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it means. But the roles are there. They can argue with it if they want to, but that's not gonna change. Like I said, the faces change, but the game remains the same.
But if you a single mother,
Yeah.
the role is yours.
Now you're right,
And
and I've been there.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
You see, you got to understand. I got married at the age of 40. 40. I've been married 28 years. Be 29 July 1st. But I spent a lot of years being single. Mm-hmm. And I learned early on in my early 20s, when I got out on my own, I learned early on.
That's right, growing with Hudson.
I had to learn how to depend on me, because I couldn't depend on anybody else. Right. Because one thing about it, people say they'll help, but a lot of times you left stranded. So if you left stranded, what you gonna do? You got to learn how to do it yourself. Let me tell you something. I had one of the mamas. Girl, let me tell you something. I had a mama. Look, I know how to lay floor tile. I could drop a ceiling. I could put up some sheetrock. I can do all that stuff. It's not that I want to know how to do it, but if push come to shove, guess what? She's gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. But do I want that role? Heck no.
There's a lot of stuff I read, when I was a single parent, that I wish I didn't have to, do. And when I do eventually get married, hey, I don't mind them taking on how many roles you want to take on. Take them on.
Say it again. Say it again.
Now, I'm gonna put it in right now, because Cece the one that needs it most, since she's 20 years old and everybody else in here got a little age to them, and she trying to drag us to this.
Me and Cece the same age, boo-boo.
Well, at this moment, you're not. She's 20-something years old, and you 40-something years old. Because Cece trying to bring us to this new world order.
Oh my God.
They could do this, that, and the other. But Cece, you need to find out what a virtuous woman is, and that'll tell you basically that you're gonna take care of that house. You're gonna
Let me
take
say,
care of that man, and that man gonna be virtuous too to take care of everything outside the house and everything inside the house. We
Right.
all have our place.
Yeah.
We all have our place in marriage.
let me
Right.
say it like this. When I got married,
He was gonna be born in your era.
I had gotten to the point. When I first got married,
Today, baby, back.
yeah. See, let me tell you this. I was like you. I was single for so long till when I got married, I had to learn how to step back and let my husband do.
Right.
And you can't be so hung up on all the things you can do. You don't have
Here's
enough
Kenneth
common
Wilkerson.
sense to step back and say, let him be the man. If he want to be the man, let him be the man. That doesn't mean you his slave all of a sudden. It means you're allowing him to be who he needs to be in the relationship.
And
Just
well,
trust me. I had to learn how to, because I was so used to doing everything by myself. I know where you are, everything. You got to do it, get it done. Till when I first got married, I was still doing everything. He was like, Sheila, wait a minute, stop.
Right.
I'll do it.
well,
I had to learn how to let him do.
Yeah.
And
So you let him do. Just remember that, babies, because he coming.
yeah, I mean, I'm like that too. I'm so used to doing everything, and I've been single since 2020, and I'm still doing everything. So I mean, it's just a mind thing. I'm gonna have to reprogram myself to let him be the man whenever God sends him my way. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to.
because if you're in a relationship, and I'm gonna just tell it like this, I'm probably gonna trigger some folk. Well, be triggered anyway. Let me just say it like this: if you're in a relationship and you're still doing everything, still making all decisions, you still being independent, why do you need him? Even a man wants to feel needed. Come on.
Right.
He wants to feel like
Okay,
there's a
fella.
place in your life
Right.
for him.
Right.
And when you gonna do everything and say, I don't need you to do that. I got this. That's why you're still by yourself.
Tenfold.
You have to let him do what he needs to do in the relationship to help the relationship.
Right.
So, and guess what? It's called roles. Everybody got their roles. Yes, everybody got roles. So, but you can't be so independent. You can't let him do nothing. That's why so many of these relationships last like that long.
Right.
You done got so used to being all that, all to myself, all me. It's all about me. When a
Yeah.
man steps in your life, there is no space for him.
Right.
You have to make room for him.
And I realized that. I mean,
Miss Jones, yes, yes.
okay, this is not singing at the Apollo. Okay.
I don't like
Look, it doesn't mean I'm less of a woman. It don't even mean
Right.
that.
Right.
That's
Yes,
true.
I'm confident. Trust and believe. I'm confident in who I am. You know, I may not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but I'm not the ugliest, and I'm not the laziest. Look, I know who I am. I'm
Right.
confident in who I am. So I can allow my husband to do what he needs to do to be the man in my life, and it still doesn't make me any less. And the world got some of these young women so convinced that if a man come in your life, he want to control you. That's not controlling. He's trying to help you. He wants you to be the queen that he wants you to be. He wants to treat you well. But if you so hung up on, I got this, I don't need you. Why do you let that man go? Let him go find somebody to queen him.
Hey, baby.
Well, you do
And-
got a
and-
lot
and
of women that
CC,
say, I
queen,
don't need
somebody
no
to
man.
be.
I don't need no man for nothing.
And that's why they by themselves right now too.
And that's a false narrative that they have stuck in ladies' mind that you don't need a man. And
Feminist.
it's
And
put
that's true.
there
A
basically.
lot of women say that. I don't need no
It's
man. What I
basically
need you
put
for?
there.
I can do this by myself.
Is basically put there so that you won't have a man in the house. Because if you have a man in the house, you become a family unit,
And
and
you
they
become
don't want
strong.
that. They
You
don't
become
want
strong.
that.
and you become strong. And you become strong. Let me tell you something. This so-called feminist movement and all this other stuff, that's why most of these feminists is alone by themselves, still running around here trying to convince everybody. Well, see, you're old-fashioned. You're ancient. I may be ancient, but guess what? I got a man. What you got?
That's it.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
I have run into several women who have tried to make me feel bad about who I am. Baby, you can't do that. Because see, when it get a cold night, I got something to curl up next to. What you got? Your electric blanket? Your heated blanket? Come on, your heated blanket can't talk to you and say, baby, it's going to be all right. Baby, I got you. Baby, I'm there for you. Your heated blanket can't do that. So
The
go
name
ahead.
is Jones
Hang his
Truth. The name is Jones Truth.
Jay, I don't know if it's better off with you being awake or being asleep.
You can say what you want to say. This is JGD tonight. I gotta get in with y'all folks because my brother have fun with y'all. I gotta get in the same category he is.
That's all I'm saying. I'm done. I'm quiet. I'm going to be quiet now.
Hey, Bella's Whisper, welcome in. Did anybody
Knock
else want
yourself
to
out.
tune in on this?
Tampa done got hot and kicked herself out. Lord have
Oh,
mercy.
Tampa fell off.
Well,
If anyone else would like to tune in with this conversation, just let us know. And whenever she reappears,
you okay, baby?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hey, Miss Head, welcome in, mother.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
I don't see you, but welcome in.
There she go. She
Doing
asking
good.
how everybody doing.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I can tell you a secret. JG, I'm gonna do like Corey. Come a little bit closer. The truth is,
Welcome in, Deborah.
all these
Hey,
women that's supposed to
Deborah.
be independent. Here's the secret. All these women that's supposedly they just too lazy to do the work it takes to stay in a relationship.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I'm talking about
For
them
those of
feminists,
you-
you know, the ones that say they don't need a man. See, the problem is they too lazy to do the work it takes to stay in a relationship. Because a relationship is WORK. Work.
It is.
Yeah.
It worked.
Now I'm gonna say
Baby.
this
A
is just
marriage
my
is
opinion.
a full-time job.
24/7.
Marriage is not
Okay.
for
Ain't no
everyone. though.
vacation.
No, it's
For
not.
those of you all who
But for-
just came
yeah.
in, the topic is: are there men and women duties in a marriage and a relationship? So that's the
Welcome
topic
in,
that we're
Sonny
discussing.
Gordon.
If anybody else wants to join the panel, I will drop the link.
Whew. Welcome in, Sonny's Garden.
All right.
We're
Y'all
going to
let-
throw
let
some
the-
water on Miss
yeah.
Jones. Truth, she on fire.
Don't hurt the harvest has an opinion. Let me shut up. I'm gonna give her my opinion. It ain't my show. I'm sorry, but y'all asked me to come.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, I was just talking about like marriage. It's not for everybody, but
No,
you
it's not.
know, when you're single, you're independent, you're free to go, do as you want. When you're married, then you have another person you have to consider. When you have children, you have more people you have to consider. So that divides your time up. So you know you're divided, but it's not for everybody, and it's okay. And I know people that are single, that are living their best life, and I say go. That goes for men and women. But if you do decide to get married, I think it requires communication. I think you have to sit down and write down what you will and what you won't take, what you expect out of this, and you know,
Pull back up that other statement, Miss Tampa. Keep talking. Pull that other statement back up, Tampa.
And so
Alia.
it just all depends. I think there are
Just one-
roles, but then if something happens and that other role can't be filled by the other person at the time, you pitch in. It's teamwork. You're working this thing out together. That's just the way. That's just my opinion.
Actually, you're right. You covered it. It's not for look. Look, I'm a person of faith. Even Bible says it's best
That-
if you were not married.
There you
In a
go.
lot of cases, but if you cannot
Can-
contain
Hang
yourself,
yourself.
it's better to get married. If your
Then to
passions are so
burn.
much, thank you, and it says that. So
Mhm.
I mean, it's there, but I'm talking about you can't go in a relationship and still act like you single.
No.
Right.
I have
No.
family members who's ended marriages because the work is only on one side of the fence. The other person's still out there like they single. That's not a
Mm-mm.
relationship.
Right.
That
No.
that ain't even a business arrangement. And if and
Right,
if
Homesteader Rachel.
and I'm
Mhm.
sorry, if you are a married person, you cannot spend all your time with your single friends. If you, this is just my opinion. Because let me tell you something. You go into the bar with your single friends, you're the only person married. You forget one thing. They out there hunting. You ain't hunting for nothing. So what you doing out there in the first place?
See, I'm opposite. All my friends are
opinion.
married.
Now, I'll put it this way. One of the things I'm glad when I got married,
All
when
my
I got
friends are
married, I took my wife out of the US of A. So for 3 years, everybody that I met were all new friends. There was no such thing as my friend, this, my friend, that.
Yeah, our
She
friend.
had to make new friends. I made new friends. So all them old people that we had before the marriage, that was her friend and my friend, all that was kicked to the curb. And Euler grassroot garden, it's not hard work. When the man and woman is working together, it is not hard work.
No. But it is work.
It's not hard work. It's
But it's
work,
work.
but it's
But
not
it's not.
hard work.
If you're working toward the same things, you got to be, what's they say, equally yoked. You got to be of the same mind. You got to want the same things. You got to
That's it.
be willing to talk it out, even if it's not. Look, my husband and I, my marriage is not perfect, not by long. But let me tell you something. Do we bump heads? Absolutely.
Yes.
But see, we don't see. Another thing we did, we started changing the language. We don't have arguments. We don't have arguments, JG. We call them intense fellowships, which means we have, that's what we call them. We don't call them arguments. We call them intense fellowships. That means he has his side, I have my side, but we always work it out to where we meet somewhere in the middle.
That's it. That's
you know, or if it's a decision, I'm like, I don't even want to deal with. I'm like, okay, I tell you what, you make the decision. I'm gonna go along with whatever you said because I don't even want to deal with it. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I don't think we can tell somebody else that it's not hard work because we don't know what's going on in their relationship. You know, if they say it's hard work, we're not saying it's overall hard work. That's that person feels, but we don't know what that individual is going through. So it may be an individualized hard work to even just hang in the marriage. So
well, what you said is correct, my Renaissance grandma. It's hard work if you're always bumping head in a marriage. True enough, it is hard work. But if there's no bumping in the head, you're doing each person doing what they're supposed to do. It is not hard work. There's work, but there's not hard work.
That's why
it's still work, but it's not hard work.
Right.
Because you can't just go in a relationship without doing any work. You have to do the work. And that work consists of talking, compromising, helping.
On both sides.
And that's not one day, that's every day. You don't know what one day could. And so that's a relationship. If you're not willing to do them things, a relationship is not I, me, my, mine. Though I know some people who try to work it out that way. God bless them.
It's
my
us.
relationship is ours.
Mm-hmm.
It's ours. One cannot fall without the other. If it's separated, you be done fell by yourself, and I'd be over there. Well, you did it, you know. But we work together.
You know what? It calls a wife a helpmeet, and I'm gonna tell you about some of the early days of mine. Due to me being in the military and running around and stuff, we did a whole bunch of traveling and stuff. And I said, "Well, we can't go such and such. Well, we can't go to New York." Next month because we ain't got no money. This got to be paid, that got to be paid. And I go sit down and I just think about what I could do so that we can take this trip. One thing I can always say, that help me she always came up with the money. And the thing you remember when you gave me this money right here? I didn't use it for nothing. It was just sitting there and such. And we got the money. We could take a little vacation. We were
Jamia.
working in a marriage. Now I'm gonna tell you, I got 38 years. Is my marriage perfect? No. I'd be lying if I did, because if my marriage is perfect, we supposed to be going up from here. But now, this marriage, out of this 38 years, yes, there's been ups and downs, but then there's also, how to deal with it. And like I said, if we wasn't doing good, we couldn't have made these 38 years. Because we work on it.
Exactly.
So I have a question. When I was married to my first husband, and quote unquote, letting him be the man of the house, and I needed a bookshelf put together. I bought a bookshelf that needed to be put together. Bookshelf laid in the floor for a while because he kept saying, I'm gonna put it together, I'm gonna put it together, I'm gonna put it together. Before I put it together, I ended up tripping over the bookshelf because it was in the way. Every day he would come home, or on his off days, he still wouldn't put the bookshelf together. So one day he came home and the bookshelf was put together because I put it together. He got mad. Was I wrong?
No. Because guess what? I do the same thing in a minute. And my husband, I promise you, and he doesn't get angry. Look, my husband is a full-time pastor and a chaplain over at the prison, which means that's like being a doctor, because if somebody dies, it's not the job of anybody to go and tell that inmate that family member died. It's his job to go and tell him. So he's on call a lot. There's a lot of things that need to be done. If he can't do it, if I'm physically able to do it, he knows it's going to get done. Because we laugh about it. And then sometimes he kids me because I'll go out there and start using his saw, all his stuff, and he'll come home and he'll look out there and see me, and he's like, what you doing with my saw? I said, I'm doing what I asked you to do 2 months ago. And we laugh about it, but guess what? That does not make him feel like less than a man. It does not. Because he's secure in who he is. JG, if your wife asked you to build a little simple table with some pallets and some 2x4s and you didn't get to it and she did it, would you be angry?
No. I know that it wouldn't be done right or perfect, but she would do it.
Now that's spoken like a true man, because that's my husband. Because he'll come back and look at it and say, well, we can do this a little bit better. You need a few more screws. Now, and then guess what? That don't bother me. It makes me laugh. You know what I'm saying? I think it's funny but that's how they are. That's fine. Let him. That's okay. But he would know. I wouldn't think he would. I'm sorry, but I think sometimes if you find a man like that, you need to check him real carefully, because believe it or not, contrary to what people think, there are a lot of insecure men in the world too. Just like there are a lot of insecure women in the world.
Yes. PCBs, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
If you start telling that woman, when I jump, you don't ask why, you ask how high. That type of foolishness, that's an insecure man.
Right.
That's an insecure man. Would y'all believe? I was at a church one time. I had a preacher stop me in the back because I went to get some water. He's like, Miss Jones, let me talk to you. I'm like, okay. He's like, I need you to show my wife how to be a good preacher's wife. I looked at him, man. I was like, you done lost your mind. I can't tell your wife how to act. What y'all need to do is sit down and talk. It's not my job to tell your wife how to behave or how. You all should have established that stuff long ago. Like in a relationship, I'll say it again. I said it earlier. Talk about it. Discuss everything before you get in the relationship, especially marriage. See, because marriage ain't for the wedding day. Marriage is for the long haul. We talking about the long haul, for better, worse, sickness and health, till death do us part. Long haul, and you better be at a level where you, if you don't understand each other 100%, you better be up there around 75, 80, 85%. Because there's still going to be some things you learn about each other that you will have to discuss as you grow. You grow together. You grow together. Because there's some things that my husband would do. I'm like, where'd this come from? He's like, well, I was like, okay, that's one we missed. We need to talk about this or something like that. You're going to still discover more in anything. And I agree with DC. The Bible, let's see, that's why they call it basic instructions before leaving earth, because you learn it all. It talks about everything. And nowhere in the Bible does it say, okay, now see, because they take that one verse, wives, be submissive. What is this? Not render to your husband. You know what I'm talking about?
Be submissive to your husbands.
And it talks
But
about
it says
your body
submit
is
one
not,
unto the
and
other.
plus,
You submit to
plus
each other.
plus it talks about, I'm talking so fast, that's why I can't think. Plus it talks about render to each other due benevolence physically and all that stuff. It says, because it says your body does not belong to you, it belongs to your husband. And then it says your husband's body belongs to you too. So it's equal in there. See, nobody quotes it correctly. They want to just put it to one side and blame everything on this side or blame everything on that side. But there is a reason why there are roles in the relationship. The bottom line is, and you see it every day, I'm not saying all, but the majority of women, we deal in our emotions. We're more emotional creatures. We're more passionate creatures. We're more loving. We deal in our emotions. That man steps in and he be looking at you, because one day I was just going off, and my husband just sitting there looking at me like, because I was emotional about the whole thing. And when I got finished, he didn't say a word. He just let me rant. And when I got finished, he just sat there and look. He waited about 30 minutes, and then he go, you feel okay? He's not emotional about, and then I'm trying to get angry with him about, why aren't you angry because I'm angry? Somebody has to be level. Somebody got to be in control. Because if you make decisions off your emotions, you are going to mess up every single time. Yes. So somebody has to be like this. While we doing this, they doing this. They gliding. So it's an emotion. And I mean, don't trigger all you folks that like to get triggered. I didn't say all women. I said most of us, a lot of us.
That's why I asked my wife, I said, you done now? I'll let you get it out. You done now?
Besides,
anybody else wants to join this discussion, I put the link in the chat, guys.
Where Netta?
Where Netta at? Because I know she got a mouthful to say. The two of you made one in the eyes of the Lord and are his. I'm so weak I want to wash dishes because they dirty. David, stay with us. You distracted. I am, David. I am distracted. I wouldn't be a good preacher's wife.
Huh? What did they say? I wouldn't
be
that's growing with Hudson.
That could grow with Hudson gonna run them lips.
Netta,
I'm not married either. Right?
We want to hear your input on these men and women duties and roles.
You're talking about don't want to be a good preacher's wife. Guess what?
If no. She didn't say that. She said I wouldn't.
She wouldn't be as good.
Well, guess what? When I put my list of everything I wanted to do in my life on the list, preacher's wife was not on the list.
I agree. There's a lot of women
not on the list.
There's a lot of women that didn't intend to be preacher's wife, but ended up that way.
That's so true. That's so true.
Right here.
So don't say what you won't do.
Right here. That's why I tell them, don't ever say, never say never.
That's
you don't know what life will throw at you.
Mm-hmm.
My pastor used to tell me, you make a good preacher's wife. And I looked that man in the face. I said, you done lost your ever-loving mind.
And look at you now.
And look at me now.
Hey, baby.
We do it all together. The only thing I don't do is kill bugs or snakes. Now I kill a bug.
I'm with you.
Staying
I'm
around
with you.
for
I'll
a
take a
snake.
snake out.
I don't do bugs.
I do it
I'll kill
all.
a bug, but I ain't
No.
messing with no snakes.
Nah, I ain't messing with no bug. Look, my husband be laughing at me because I got the garden out there. Because look, now look, I'm not like sifting some soil now. She have on the whole hazmat suit. I'm not there. I didn't do that. But I have on my gloves and my hat with my little net to come over my face because stuff be flying at you. But I'm out there. I'm still trying. But no, I don't do bugs. Especially
Yeah,
these
I'll
Mississippi
do
bugs.
bugs, but y'all can keep them snakes, man. The snakes gonna take over my garden if it's out there. I do no
Nah,
snakes.
these Mississippi bugs ain't no joke.
I'm
Hey,
Snoop
from
Lady
Snoop
Dagger
Mississippi.
Jack too.
status.
I'm from Mississippi, Miss Jones. So you know I ain't worried about the bugs.
I
It's the snakes.
I know. I don't mess
Snakes
with the
got to.
Mississippi
Snakes
bugs.
got to.
Hey, Buddha,
Mhm.
I'm gonna send all the snakes to CC.
I handle them.
I
CC
rebuke
said
all the
she gonna
snakes
smack
off
them
my
down.
property.
I'll smack them down. Let them go here.
Mm-mm.
She the
What?
My
snake slayer.
my
Why
husband
did
said
I
I'm so
take
paranoid. He
Nah,
said my
Okay.
husband said I could spot a bug from 500 yards out. I mean,
Okay, DCB says all I know is the Bible tells me to put my wife's needs and desires before my own, and in turn she puts mine before hers, and doing that we are equally yoked. I hope that came out.
yes.
it came out very well. Very well.
Well said. Or should I say
Because
well
you
written?
can't go in a relationship thinking about yourself only. You can't. You can't. Why are you there? You're wasting your time. Because all you're gonna do is have chaos in the house. Y'all gonna be arguing 24/7, 365. Be done
Or
pulled
I
the
ain't gonna
doors today.
last 6 months in your marriage.
Huh?
I said, or I ain't gonna last long in your marriage. You ain't gonna be long. You're not gonna be married 6 months.
All you gonna do is
In
have a
my
big pretty
case,
wedding.
I wasn't even married 39.
Be looking at his.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
okay. I have a relative who was married 3 days. They got married. They had a quick honeymoon, and that person went away to the service, and they never heard from him again.
Wow.
Buddha, I'm sorry. I don't have my iPad up, so I'm actually just looking at one screen.
I saw a snake leaving my
Everybody that
yard.
came in through my channel, welcome, man. Forgive me for not speaking to you. Susan Marjoran, proud single mom, how you doing? Buddha, how you doing? Sweet Thumbs, how you doing? And everybody else that came in through me, how you doing?
What's up, Buddha? Buddha, 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 Buddha.
I like how Buddha say Tampa.
So I went out of town today to Illinois to something that I ain't never heard of called Urban. What
Urbana.
was it? What was Urbana,
Urbana
Illinois?
or something like that.
Yeah, I went to Urbana, Illinois.
Mm.
Took this girl out there. I made good money.
Or Roy or something.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Here we
And then
go.
on my way back, I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I need somebody to talk to. So I got online. Everybody was like, you need to pay attention to street counsel. You need to pay attention.
Right. We're reading the chat.
I was paying attention to that street, though. I was just waiting on that person to get out in front of me so I could open this road up, and I opened that road up. I was gone. So Susanna,
Hey, Perfection
Perfection
Bacon.
Bacon says,
Hey, Perfection Bacon and cooking.
okay. I was trying to read this chat, but it's messed up. Profession Bacon has said some, but I don't see anything else after that one.
Let me also
Yeah,
say
tapping
this.
back, it's
Wait,
Urbana.
yeah.
Urbana.
Let me also say this: when you're coming into a relationship and you have a blended family situation, communication is absolutely positively more important. And in
Yes.
that relationship, yes, there are going to be roles. I'm in a blended family. We got 6 kids, 3 and 3. My husband has 3 and I have 3. Number one, you will in 28 years, no one has ever used the word step. We don't use that word. We don't believe in that word. And that's just us now. That's you. But listen to what I'm saying about me. I'm talking about me now. We didn't use that word because, like my husband said, he said, I did not marry a step wife. So how could I have step children? So in our family, we sat everybody down. We had a family conference as to what's going to go on, what's not going to go on. You are not going to get angry with me and play my husband against me. Mine are not going to play him, we're not going to play that game. We sat everybody down and left it open. And then we learned, my husband and I real quickly learned, they got along fine, but like any young kids, they're going to have disagreements. When they had disagreements, our solution was this: work it out. Y'all, sister and brother, work it out. The only way we would step in is if we felt like it was getting ridiculous and they didn't want to work it out. Then we would step in. But when we stepped in unified. We didn't step in his child, my child. We stepped in whoever was right, whoever was wrong, you're wrong. And we sat and talked to people. Communication in those types of relationships are extremely important. That's the only way those will survive. But if I went in a relationship, kept saying step, then that child automatically knows I'm feeling a certain way because they're not biological.
Not a problem, DC. Not a problem.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just my goal is whenever I'm blessed with the man that God want me to have, I know my role as his wife. But certain things I'm not gonna put up with.
See,
And
she already
you're
added
in
that on
training
there
right
quick.
now, Tampa.
She added that on there quick, but there's certain things I'm not gonna put up with.
I'm not gonna put up. I put up with BS in my first 2 marriages. I ain't doing it no more.
So I'm gonna give you some good advice. Don't go look for a husband. You let a husband find you.
Facts. And I'm not looking. That's why I'm focused on finding land and getting my homestead started. That's what I'm looking for. Is Miss Jones frozen?
CC, you let a man find you. So stop hiding in the house and get out there in the garden. Get out there and get in the street and let a man find you.
She be in the garden.
I'm already dating. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, I knew she was.
I'm not hiding in the house.
I like
All
my.
right.
I would say something to my Renaissance grandma, but I don't want her to talk no trash to me.
What?
Just keep doing what you're doing, Renaissance grandma. Somebody gonna come your way.
Then we gotta call David OCD. Ain't nobody talking to you. Okay. Ain't nobody talking to you.
Well, now.
I got an ongoing relationship.
Hey, Netta.
Hello.
Hey, Netta.
Good
What's
evening,
up,
all.
girl?
Nothing.
Good
Chilling.
evening.
Look, I got my notebook and paper ready for you.
I don't have nothing. I have absolutely. I'm going to use this as a teaching moment. I'm listening and learning.
We got some stuff we need to write down because we know you got a lot to say.
About all I can tell you is that it went easy. Some people I've been with my husband for 16 years, and all I know is that when I was a hothead when we started, and I'm a little bit more humble now. So
Baby, I'm
Just
always
what?
sweet, David. Get your life. Get your life. Get your life. I'm the sweetest thing since sliced pie. Don't play those games. When it comes to my man.
Well,
But when you cross me, that bull will come out.
Uh-oh, not the bull.
I'm a Taurus. I always hated that step. My first stepmother is still mom. But then my father kept moving on and collected more stepmoms.
I know the feeling.
Look
I've
to the
had quite a
Lord.
few step parents.
He said he ain't gonna stop till he get it right.
I guess not. Look to the Lord and trust that He has your best in His heart and will bring the person He has for you. It's about faith for me. Yeah, I'm not looking for no man. I ain't
Yeah.
interested in dating. I ain't interested in none of that. If he come, he come. If he don't, he don't. Oh well. Hey,
For a lot
Bayou.
of for a lot of younger
Hey,
women, and I had to
Bayou.
learn this too. I had to stop. I had to learn how to discern. You know them butterflies when you get when you look at him and he's so fine, he just give you chills down your spine. That might be gas.
Exactly. Exactly.
It sure ain't love.
That might be something you ate. So when you gotta, if you gotta get
Fella.
past all that, you know.
Oh,
And I had a friend. She was like, all you gotta do is
Yeah.
look at his shoes. You know if he worth something. Man, please. That man might have been working that day. You don't know why them shoes look like
Hey,
that.
Bayou.
So Tampa, you say when
hey,
you get married, you know what your role is. So what is that role?
I'm gonna be a virtuous woman, boo boo. I'm gonna take care of my household and my man. I'm gonna do my job. Don't play no game. I know.
What's the first step in you being a virtuous woman, Tampa?
Get my land and growing me some food and put my shed on it and convert it to a house.
That ain't got nothing to do with being a virtuous woman.
Yes, do, because I'm single now, so that's the things I need to do. Ayla, I really enjoy these chats. While personally, I don't want to get married again. I love hearing what others think. Some of you all have beautiful love stories. Thank you, Ayla.
Thank you,
Oh,
Beautiful
Ayla.
love stories. Netta, how long you been married?
16 to
Miss
be
Jones,
17 in November.
Miss
Like
Jones, too,
me,
how long?
28 will be 29 July 1st.
Okay, Jex.
38.
Don't hurt the harvest.
35 years.
Blessings,
Ooh.
honey. Blessings. We got some wisdom up on this panel.
See,
35
I'm
years.
just a kid compared to y'all. I'm coming. That's why I say I've come here to listen. Because
Hey,
even though
Shirley.
I have 16 years, you guys have so much more, and I have so much more to learn.
Yeah, I know I got a lot
6.
to learn.
I just did 17 years on 6 and 6.
On June 6th.
4 times.
No,
4
no.
times. You know what? See you know what? I'm sorry if no, I'm not gonna say that. Let me keep my
Go
mouth
say
shut.
it. Go say
No,
it.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. Well, let me just give you an example of a friend of mine. A friend of mine has been married about 5 times, and her answer is always, "These men ain't no good."
She ain't no
And
widow yet.
wait a minute, she stopped talking to me because see that's why they say that my daughter loves to call me passive aggressive. She got angry with me because I said, well, I figure after maybe the 3rd time, maybe you need to look at you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you got to keep doing it, you got to start looking at yourself. And then here's another thing. Look at what you are attracting. How are you carrying yourself? And what are you attracting? You know, I had a friend. I met my husband in the bar. He was drunk, and he was like, and then she's like, and he wasn't no good. I was like, well, how'd you expect him to act? That's how he was acting when you found him.
Yeah.
However they act towards you when you find them, that's how they're gonna act.
Sweet Thumb asked you for if we
I don't know.
agree
I,
that there
I
are
have to
roles.
gently disagree.
Okay, Sweet Thumb said if we agree that there are roles, he would like to hear folks' opinion on the roles. So, what roles do you see that men are supposed to have and women are supposed to have?
Or are he talking about our roles?
Well, he just
I'm
said
moving
men
my
and
table.
women. We agree that men and women have roles.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the roles that you saying that men and women are supposed to have in a marriage?
Well, like, I'm going to say this. I'm just going to chime in. I'm a nurturer. I think a lot of women are nurturers. I'm very good at it. I am nurturing now as we speak. You know, getting the household ready. Everybody's laying down, getting ready for bed. And I nurture. I'll take care of. I stay up late. I wake up early. I get up with him in the morning. We have devotion. He goes to work and I take care of the house and do things, little errands. But there have been times when he has not been working and then I do other things. So it's, you know, you sink into your roles and you sink into your relationship and it's a smooth sailing. It's like a well-oiled machine. That's me.
Yeah.
That's us. That's how
Exactly.
I feel. Mhm.
Exactly. I thought I was the only person. I like to clean when everybody's in the bed and out of the way.
Right.
It's so much quiet. You can think. You have your peace
Mhm.
time. You can meditate while you're cleaning. That's me. 'Cause
Congratulations,
like right
Lady
now,
Pakistan.
you know.
Right, right.
Because if it wasn't for me being online, that's what I'd be doing now. Because my men folk are in the back.
Yeah.
I don't remember us talking about specific roles in in the relationship. I wasn't saved when I got married, so I wasn't following no biblical traditions when I got married. I was me. I was a little bit on the wild side, and so there was just there
No
wasn't
kidding.
much guidance for me to say. I remember how my mom and her husband was, but I didn't really follow her guidance because she had been married quite a few times. So I just don't remember talking about roles, but we just kind of set into a role because he became an extreme provider when we had our daughter. And I was used to working all the time,
David.
but I knew I had to slow down a little bit to help take care of my baby. So I don't remember talking about roles, but we
Right.
kind of have a division of roles now. He provides for the house, and I just take care of pretty much everything else. Just kind of fell in line like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of what people don't want to admit, but most of us are kind of built that way. Unless we're in a situation where we have to do everything, we're kind of
Yeah,
built that way. It's like
yeah.
automatic. It just happens that way. We're kind of
Mm,
built that way. Nobody wants to deny it. That's why so many people are confused because they deny what's in there. Like you said, we're the nurturers. I'm the nurturer. I'm the one. If you need the head to cry on, and you need somebody to, do that type of nurturing. I am the nurturing. And
yeah.
and like I said, my husband and I talked about everything before we got married. Even though we talked about it, we still kind of fell into where we are now. We fell into a role. Yeah, I still help out. I still have my little things that I do. I love selling African products and doing little things and selling them if I want to. But when I had my stroke, he said, "Honey, don't
Nancy
hurt.
be
I
the
got you.
scratcher.
I got you." So it's and yeah, the Bible does lay out the roles of a man and woman in marriage. But and guess what? See, here's the thing. It's okay. I don't know where we got this thing. It's no longer okay. It's okay if we fall into a role. It's okay. because the roles my husband and I have, the roles you all have, no one else is going to come in your house and take over your house and tell you what you need to do.
Now, now that I agree, because that's what somebody not gonna do. I tell anybody, you can't come up in here trying to run things the way you want them done in my house.
And it's okay, and the world is trying to convince us that it's not okay. I'm sorry, the world cannot rule what's under this house. In this
No.
house, this is my world. You come through that door, you are in my world. I have certain rules, I have certain standards. If you don't like my standards, it's okay. Just leave. We don't have to fall out. There's a front door. There's a back door. There's a side door. You can just leave. But and it's okay because this is me. Whether you agree with me or not, this is my role.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna say I wasn't kicking and screaming to come to this role, because I didn't want to wash dishes and wash clothes and stay up late and tend to the churn and homework and teacher conferences and spanking them. I didn't want to do all of it. I just wanted to go to work and
Hey,
come
come here,
home
come over
and go shopping.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I learned that, there are roles in a relationship, and that's one of the roles he took on. And I just kind of just let it keep going. And I'm okay with it. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm
And
content.
if it took part of the load off your back, you okay with it.
I ain't no say that either, because it was some silent arguments going on up in here.
But look, 16 years later, y'all all right.
Yes,
Y'all
ma'am.
all right.
I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change anything.
Wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change mine either.
So, DCB says God makes the two people complete each other when we allow him. Where he is missing, she fills in the gaps, and so forth. The two people become one.
That's if you let him. And like I said, it was hard at first. Oh, David done lost his mind.
He has. David is
They having fun in the chat. I'm about to
I know.
go play in the chat.
He said, Jones Truth, I love you.
Oh,
All right, David.
so Tampa, you should have asked, how do you feel about men taking on a more feminine role in homes? Some people feel kind of a certain type of way about that. Dad, moms,
Ask the question so men answer it.
I don't know what the one man at.
No. But you know what? What gets me is I'm not doing it. I'm not doing no cooking, no cleaning, no washing, no net. I said, oh, okay, you're not. So if I'm sick, how you gonna eat?
oh my, he ordering out. He taking everybody out to dinner. We've been in this house for 16 years. I think this boy has cooked 2 times. I think twice he's only cooked.
Every person is a unique puzzle piece made by the Lord. When the Lord brings two pieces together, they are the only two pieces that fit those shapes. Sweet Thumb says structure to work. So
Once
how
again,
long it take in a relationship before the rise gets smooth?
How long does it take before the ride gets smoother?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Jake
this
said
ride
after
was
10 years.
bumpy for a long time.
I'm gonna tell you how long it takes. It takes the length of time depends on how much that person is willing to give and or compromise in a relationship and what they are bringing in. And if you don't discuss that, it's gonna be a long haul. It's gonna be a long road.
Sweet Thumb said deathbed.
Like I said, you can't go in a relationship selfish.
No,
I know you can't. You can't, but I did.
I love you, Netta. I love you, girl.
I came here completely selfish. I ain't having no kids. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I wasn't doing nothing but being cute and pretty. That was it. And 16 years later, 3 kids, 2 dogs, and 80 pounds later.
David
Things
said,
change.
look what David
Yeah.
said, Miss Jones, true.
Huh? What
I'm
David
trying to
saying?
pull it up. My there you go. You see it?
No, I've been told I've been talked about a lot because I've been told I have no filter. I have a filter.
Yeah.
I have a filter for the truth. And I'm not saying my truth. When I say Jones' truth, you got to understand my truth is based on what that word says. That's what my truth is based on. The wisdom I have is wisdom I learned from the Bible. And a lot of it is common sense. When you come up, you're supposed to have some degree of common sense or learn common sense or find something. Because like you said, like Netta said, I love Netta. Netta said she went in her relationship. She didn't want to have nothing to do. Girl, when I got out on my own, I wasn't planning on having no children. I didn't want to get married. All I wanted to do was party and cruise with my friends. And guess
Yes,
what?
ma'am.
When you got married, you wanted to do that when you get married?
No, I said I didn't want to. But see, I don't care. Let me put it to you this way: you really, we think, oh, this thing, we think we control everything. We don't control everything. We only control how we handle the situations that come our way, and we control where we are and what we are doing. But see, we're only controlling ourselves. That's it. That's it.
But I tell you what, Miss Jones, even though I know that those things that I wanted to do, I still was raised to pray and I knew better. So I know prayer changes things. Because although I knew I was in the world and a worldly person, I still asked the Lord to mend my ways. And I needed to settle down because I've already been down this road before and I didn't want to go back down it. And I just remember that prayer.
But you knew enough God. You knew enough God that made a difference in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You knew enough God to figure out being pretty and cute in that relationship wasn't working. And there had to be a change somewhere. Even if you went kicking and screaming, you knew there had to be a change.
And
Absolutely.
the Bible said, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they get older, they shall not depart. There you go, Netta.
Mm-hmm. Well, she taught me something.
Well, y'all taught me to wait. I ain't in no hurry to get married.
Look, this is my thing, and this is my take, and then I'm gonna shut up and let everybody else talk because I know my husband tells me. People tell me when they meet me, I don't say a lot, but when people have a chance to talk to me, they say, "Miss Jones, I didn't know you could talk." And I always tease them and say, "Well, y'all have to understand, I'm married to a preacher. Most of the time, I don't get a word in edgewise." So, but you know, being married to a preacher, most of the time they doing the talking.
Yeah,
I'm listening. So that's what I do. But
Thank you.
But you will be. It's relationships. You can say what you want. You can say it's 50-50. You can say it's 70-40. You can say it's 60-40. But those relationships are going to have roles. You might try to hide them or say our role is undefined or let me use one of these so-called new terminators. You might say your roles are binary, whatever.
Oh Lord, not that one.
You still have a role in your relationship. You know, you gotta support each other. I hear echo. Okay.
That's probably Miss Allen. You know what really amazes me is how much we rely on the Bible when we're older and not when we're younger. Why is that?
Simple. We do not like accountability. We do not like control. We do not like when we are young, we don't want people to tell us what to do. We want to do it our way and have our fun. Simple.
I relied on the Bible all my life.
Freedom.
I
Freedom.
don't know. Is the reason why you didn't know Jesus till he was 30.
Come on. Speak, girl. Because look, the Bible says it. He went through everything we went through, but he's perfect. But there's a reason why you didn't know him till he was 30. Because he still went through all them teens and 20s like the rest of us, trying to figure it out, not knowing who we are, trying to find out who we are. He figured it out. You know your worth, know your purpose.
Mhm.
And if you want to stop having so many short-term relationships, I'm gonna say what I said earlier today. Get in their head, not in their bed.
Oh, come on now, Miss Jones. You know them young folks. We go
Get
vice
in their
versa.
head, not in the bed. That's what happens.
Well, relationships are not like they were back in the day, and I don't have the energy to teach you what your mama should have been taught you or your daddy should have taught you.
Oh, girl.
I don't have time for no foolishness. I'm 48 years old. I know what I want in life. What do you want?
Yes.
He might want you to act right so they can get along, so y'all can get along.
I had to learn the hard way. You cannot re-raise somebody else's child.
Exactly. Because these men are not built like back in the day. I'm looking for my grandfather's era. I don't want nobody young right now. My friend girl used to tell me, Pam, you need an older man. I said, well, how much older you want me to go? Oh, you need somebody in their 50s or 60s. I said, I don't want to date my mama. She's 60.
Mhm.
Your mama.
Find your old country boy.
Yeah, I do want one of them, an old country boy. My mama aged
I
G.
got one.
And I know you do. I want me a country man.
Good old country man.
I got one straight out of Tallahassee. Country boy.
Teasy said, I know my worth and purpose. Been with mine for 37 years.
Woo. Yes, Lord.
Yeah, who came up with this idiotic thing when you get married or when you lose your identity? No, that's when you really start finding out who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Miss Jones. I kind of felt that way because, like I say, when I married, I wasn't saved. So I thought I lost who I was because I put all my ways aside because I started having, well, I had my babies before I got married. I had to put my ways aside so that I can raise my babies. I didn't want my babies hoochie dancing. I didn't want them cussing. I didn't want them acting a fool, being disrespectful, and God knows I wasn't gonna let them be around Peter, Paul, and Michael John. So as they got a little bit older, and I started going through, I'm gonna say my crazy phase when I hit about 38. I was just like, I gave everything up for my family, and I guess some women do feel that way. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel that way. That I felt like I didn't lose my identity, but I lost who I thought I was. But was that not? Can I really say that's who I am though? Because that's who I was when I was younger. I'm no longer that 28, 30-year-old girl ripping and running the streets. I'm now a 50-year-old mama trying to raise some teenagers and want to make sure I get them set off in the world properly. So I would have to say that I felt that way for a little while. I thought I lost myself. So I do tell my kids, "Ooh, y'all finna get out the house. I can get back to me."
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's a true feeling. I guess I'm gonna find out. I got one more left in the nest, and I'll see.
Well, I understand that because when I was coming up, there were 6 of us, and I was the middle child. Anyway, so I spent my teen years. I was either Carol's sister or Gerald's sister. Those are my
Oh goodness, I remember that.
Remember those days? Okay. And believe it or not, And I didn't really go out. Like I said, I had my kids before I got married. So I didn't really go out. I was like you. I stayed home with my kids, but then that's how I was raised. I had the kind of mom and said, well, if that's your baby, then you raise it. I'll help you, but you gonna raise that child. Which I don't regret that, because it taught me a lot about myself. But my identity, I was either Carol's sister or Gerald's sister. Then when I got married, oh, that's Reverend Jones' wife. So I still deal a lot with that. And I go in stores and people say, you know what? You sure do look familiar. Do I know you? And all I say is, Reverend Jones. Oh, Miss Jones. See, so my identity is, it's like when my husband's not there, nobody recognizes me. And you know what? Believe it or not, I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I still know who I am. I know a lot of people that know me before they know my husband. So I'm okay with that. It's okay if you say that's Reverend Jones' wife, because I might be Reverend Jones' wife, but you already know that I'm not Reverend Jones. I don't talk like Reverend Jones. I don't walk like Reverend Jones. I don't act like Reverend Jones. My husband is fairly quiet and very reserved. That's him. I'm the complete opposite. There's nothing quiet about me. My husband will tell you in a minute, you don't put my wife's name in the word quiet in the same sentence, because it don't work like that. But I still know who I am. But yeah, that's how I came up, hun. I was somebody's sister or my husband's wife. It's okay. It's okay. Because I still know who I am. And I'm still confident in who I am. You can't make me feel bad about me. I look at me every day in the mirror. I know who that chick is.
You go, girl. You go. There go.
And look, with 6 kids, I told them all, I was like, I'll be so happy when y'all get out. So we down to 1.
Me too.
I've never been an empty nester. After all the years, I've never been an empty nester.
They got to go to what? Me and my husband gonna be on go.
But see, Netta, they're saying our generation are the worst grandparents. But what it is that the new generation don't want to raise their children. They want somebody else to raise them. Not all, but there's a lot of them, because they think when they want to go out and party with their friends, we supposed to babysit. Excuse me?
I don't know where they got that memo from.
Excuse me?
They think it anyway.
Really?
I
have that I don't have any grandbabies, so
I got 9.
6 children, 12 grandchildren, 1 great grandchild.
I got 9 grandkids and 3 daughters.
I have a 15, 18. He'll be 18 Saturday, and a 19-year-old. No grandbabies.
I got 6 grandbabies.
My grandchildren range from 10 to 28.
Now, my best friend has 6 grandbabies, and she always calling them my grandbabies. Like, them your grandbabies. Not my babies.
Take care of them.
She told me they from your godson. I said, them your grandbabies. Them not my grandbabies.
DCB said they do not understand the responsibility that it is being a parent. Family comes first.
A lot of them don't understand that once my children definitely know that they are a priority in this home. That's just not going to change.
And that's a role for both parents. My children know I am not your friend. I am not your roadie. I'm not your running buddy. I am your mama.
Ooh, infamous words of my mother.
Hey, girl, Dad.
She didn't say it so kindly though.
Yeah, I know. Mine didn't either. Don't feel bad. Mine didn't say it either. But see, here's my definition of a grandparent. A grandparent, defined by Jones Truth. You can agree or disagree. A grandparent is someone who has raised their children and did their very best to make them independent people and who self-sufficient people who can go into the world and create their own families
Good
And
question, CC.
because we've done what we needed to do, we have the choice whether we want to say yes or no to keeping the babies. We have the
Mm.
right to decline if we
And I
so.
do.
Yeah, I see CC question. On my round one, I kept my last name. I hyphenated it.
I did too. On my first one, I
Yeah,
hyphenated mine, and then on the second one, I never took his name. Kept my own
yeah.
name.
Oh, I took this. I took his name.
So
I was
shit,
proud to take his name. I was excited.
Yeah,
y'all ain't did
man.
y'all ain't did it right if you didn't take the name.
I took his name because I was proud. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't mind being a Jones, even though I tease people and say I must have the most absolute plainest name in the entire country. Sheila Jones.
I know what I find funny though when people ask me my kid's last name, and then when you're filling out papers or something, then they ask you your last name, and then they
And
ask
it's
you your
different.
husband's last name, and I'm looking at them. We all have the same last name. Ain't oh, what's your last name? And I tell them your spouse. We all got the same last name. What is y'all problem? But no, the first round, I that was doomed from the start. But I was young and sugar honey iced tea happens.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
second,
I hyphenated my first one, and the last one, I didn't even bother to go do no paperwork. I kept my own my maiden name because I knew it didn't work anyway.
Yeah.
oh,
So,
Well, I took my husband's last name. I'm proud to take his last name because I felt like he climbed enough mountains to come and get me. Because trust and
oh,
believe. The Bible says, "He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing." And let me tell you something. You got two ways of finding a husband. You can either be a valley or a mountain. I chose to be a mountain because, honey, you not just gonna. I'm not. You just not gonna slide in there, baby. You got
say
to
it
climb
again. Say
something
it.
to come and
Hey,
get
hey,
me.
hey,
Hey,
Miss Young.
Sheila.
Say it. Come closer to the. Come closer.
What?
Say it again. Say it again for the ones in the back that didn't hear.
Well, see, that's the problem these days. It's too many valleys. It's
Yeah.
too many valleys. See, let me be as G-rated about this as possible. If you a valley, you too wide open. If you a mountain, they gotta climb and see. Let me tell you something. I met my husband over the telephone, literally. I was living in Ohio, born and raised there, minding my own little business, doing my little thing. I was religious, but I was not saved. Understand? My husband was living in Mississippi. My pastor and my husband happened to be friends. So I'm over my pastor's house, and it just so happened because I used to alter his pants. He's a little short dude. He always say, "Miss Jones." He's not Miss Jones. He's like, "Sheila, come and hem my pants for me." So I go over, me and his wife sit and talk, have coffee. I'm over there, the phone rings. My pastor says, "Yeah, you know Baptist ministers. Yeah, Doc, how you doing? Yeah, remember that young lady I told you about?" And when he said that, then he said, "She here. I'm gonna give her the phone." And he looked at me and said, "Say hello to this man." Number one, I got mad because number one, I hate for people to fix me up. Don't fix me nothing but a cup of coffee. Don't be fixing me up. I hate that. The second, so he looking at me, and I'm looking at the phone. He said, "I want you to talk to this preacher friend of mine." And I went, "Preacher? Huh, what am I gonna do with a preacher? Nobody want no preacher." And I said, "Besides, what do I say to him?" He said, "Start by saying hello." And he literally threw the phone at me. We talking, those of you who don't know, a telephone with a cord, the little rotary thing, one of those. He threw the receiver at me. And I looked at the phone and I looked at him. I picked it up. The very first conversation my husband and I ever had in life, we talked for 3 hours. That was the first conversation.
Why you running up that man phone bill like that?
I sure did. My pastor, 3 hours we was on that phone. We blew that man's phone bill up. I did not visually see my husband until 2 weeks later when he was invited to come to Ohio to preach at my church. And, you know, and I told him when I first met him, let me just get rid of this big neon sign you got right here that says preacher. He kept going, preacher, preacher. I had to take the time. I told him I have to learn how to get to know the man instead of this big neon sign that just won't go away. He kept saying, preacher, beware, preacher. And I got to know him. And 10 months later, we were married. 10 months, wasn't even a year. And we've been married for 28 years.
What?
That's how I met my husband. And it's been great. And look, I'll be honest with you. I did have a little bit of one of those almost butterfly moments. Because when he got on the phone and he gave me a little southern drawl, I went, whoa. But I had been through enough bad relationships to understand that I needed to get to know the man. I got to know
Oh,
the man.
I know that's
Good
right.
night,
So,
TZ.
so you say
Good night,
preacher man.
TZ.
When I met my husband, I met him in his deputy uniform. So I came strutting my stuff up to my cousin's house, and here he go talking about some, hey, I look at him like, ooh, already. No, we ain't doing that.
She's on here.
I said, no, we can't do that. I told her, I said, I got problems.
And he solved it, didn't he? He solved the problem, didn't he?
I said, I got problems. So mind you, here I am thinking I'm this strut stuff, and I drank, I smoked, I partied, and here I am trying to be with a sheriff. So all that just was like, and I wasn't smoking those cigarettes. I was living.
Ooh.
Oh no, I ain't smoked no cigarettes. So, but no, I knew I had to stop smoking those types of cigarettes trying to date a deputy.
Yeah,
But-
them left-hand cigarettes will get you in trouble.
He was
Well,
patient
believe
though.
it or not, because of who he was, helped you become who you are, because you knew you had to change some things.
Absolutely. I changed. I certainly did. He was I always say he rescued me because I was just I was a mess.
We do them things.
Uh,
We do them
You see
things.
what David
You
said?
can stop. I'm glad my husband not here because he'd be on here talking about, I saved my wife's life.
And he don't look at
Yes,
it
they
that way, but
do.
I tell him he definitely Lord put him where he needed to be to lasso me on in and settle me on down. It took a little bit now. It took a bit. Lord knows it took a bit. So
Well,
and
you
it
know,
took a
some
lot
of
of
us are harder
understanding.
nuts. Yeah, you know, some of us are harder nuts to crack than others.
Mm-hmm. And he asked me to marry him a couple of times, and I was just like, So, but he kept at it. We had our 2 babies first, and he bought me a house, and you settled right on in. So that's when I hear people when you can't. I get what they say. You pull the horse before the carriage, or the carriage before the horse, or whatever it is. We was ass backwards
Cart
like that.
before
My
the
bad.
horse.
There. That's
And
what
like
it is.
like you said, y'all fell into roles. Those, you each have your own roles in the relationship. What
Mhm.
causes problems in the roles is you allow that outside static to come in
Oh.
your house. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about a lot of
Yes,
relationships.
ma'am. I understand.
A lot of relationships, because guess what? I'm married. My parents ain't know my business, because my business still wasn't my parents' business.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? If my husband and I had an argument, nobody in my family knew, because it wasn't
No.
their business.
That's one thing we did. We stand together 100%. We are a united front
Like I
when
said,
it comes down to stuff.
that's the best thing ever. I got married and we left United States. That's
Yeah.
the best thing
Yes,
ever.
I have a rule: stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Look, my husband. Let me tell you something. My husband has 5 sisters and 2 brothers, so I got 5 sisters-in-law. Get along with every one of them. You know why? I stay in my lane. You know why? Because I know for a fact that the relationship my husband has with his sisters and brothers is different than the relationship he has with me.
Absolutely.
is absolutely different. So why would, if my husband is having now he's had arguments with his sister. If he's having an argument with his sister, guess what? It's not my business. Why is it not my business? Because I did not grow up with them. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what feelings and stuff like that. So why would I jump in something that is not my business? I stay in my lane. And because I stay in my lane, I have a strong relationship. My husband don't get into it when I argue with my sister or brothers. He stays in his lane.
Sheila, oh,
You-
Sheila.
Will you stop?
Listen to y'all. Better listen to y'all. Better
But
listen.
that's true though, because I know some people that I know all their business. Everybody else know their business, but then you right back with them. But after you done talked about them like a
You done made
good time.
rounds.
Yeah, and then now you wonder why don't nobody like him. You done
And they're stressed.
for her. You done shared everything.
And it's trauma going on. It's trauma going on, and you don't know why there's chaos and can't nobody, because you won't keep your big mouth shut. What goes on in your house is your business.
Exactly.
But that's a personality trait with people. People that are that way, they were behaving that way prior to marriage. And it just carries on, because my mother lived with us for 11 years. And I can't say my mama got into between us 2 times. One time we were arguing about the door closing too hard before we got married. And she said, don't start that right now. Y'all getting ready to get married. And then the second time when she got involved is that when I went to her to talk to her about something personal, and she sat me down and talked with her. But otherwise, I can say my husband absolutely adores my mama. And she just never got involved in our relationship. She just wouldn't do it. And she stayed right here in the house and didn't get in the midst of our nonsense. So I think that's a personality trait. When you are already that way and you carry that nonsense over into your relationship, it's pretty much going to be a failed relationship. You're going to have in-laws hating you, mother-in-laws hating you, or vice versa. You can't be up in nobody's just.
And then you talk about, let's go to the family barbecue. For what? So I can get in a fight?
Ain't nobody going to eat your food. Who's going to eat your food?
And look, you better not eat that food.
No, we ain't doing that.
Keep your business in your house. That's another role. Everybody, even in a family relationship,
that's another role.
Yes, you fall into those roles. You depend. If you the little spoiled child, and you think you can just have your little tantrums and stuff, you gonna cause a lot of havoc because you don't know how to control yourself. You have a role. Keep your relationship your business. You know, the only way I can say there's even an exception to the rule, and it would be violence. But you see, if it was violent, 9 times out of 10, the family might be reading about it in the paper, because I'm finna call the police. And all I'm gonna tell them, escort him out, please. And my husband and I, we have one rule. We always tease people about it. Say, I got one rule. You say you love me, but if you cut me or shoot me, you don't love me, I'm gone.
That's one of those things not to tolerate.
You really may be gone.
Look, you cut me and shoot me, and I survive. You won't even know I existed, because you would never see my face again.
No, my husband don't even raise his voice. So
mine don't either.
Yeah, we got that bad habit.
They have this presence, this tone that they use, even though they don't yell. You know, okay, he mean business.
Yeah, I told the group one time before that my husband has silent arguments. We have a lot of silent arguments. He says, "Boy, if I don't have, my mama taught me, if I don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all." He'll go get in his chair and sit down till he have something to say. Now, I've had to learn to bend to those ways, because I wanted to argue, fuss, fight, hit, and everything else. But
it's hard to argue by yourself, ain't it?
Baby. You can't win that argument.
My renaissance.
Yeah.
David said he needs you to teach him how to drop channels.
What does that mean?
What
She's
is David
dropping
up to?
everybody link. She's dropping everybody link on the panel. So he wants to
Oh,
learn
I
how.
don't know how. I don't know how to do that either. Somebody made me a moderator on something. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. I didn't even know what a wrench was.
Just stay right there and smile and keep going.
Yeah. I think the moderators is supposed to be looking for trolls or people putting inappropriate things in your channel and stuff like that. Because I don't know what they do.
Ooh,
So I'm
we
I
probably
wouldn't know
done
what to
triggered.
do with them.
Look, we under this topic, we probably done triggered a lot of folk.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I hadn't had any weird things in here today.
Well,
So
that's
that's
good.
good.
No, no.
But
I
That
think
is good.
it's a learning tool. It's things that need to be talked about to see so many different perspectives. There's so much wisdom on the panel, you know, with being married for X amount of years. I feel like the baby finally again somewhere. Instead of my groups that I'm in, I'm the old lady in my groups because we've been married the longest with our friends. So
Sweet Thumb said, "Y'all fight dirty. Nobody trying to do all that." Now, I enjoy being married. I'm not gonna lie. I love
oh,
being married. But my
I
first
love
husband
yeah.
was a mama's boy.
Me too.
His mama was all in our business, and I
Oh
was like,
goodness.
"Look,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it."
I
No,
love companionship. I
it'll be
truly
I
do.
do
too hard.
too.
I promise you.
I
It'll
do
be
What
too
you
too.
say?
hard for me to train another one of y'all.
You need to stop.
Yeah.
You know what? Pew
That
pew.
goes both ways. That goes
Well,
both ways.
David said, "I'm a troll slayer."
I time you out what you talking about. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, but I like being I like being married. It's and especially when I think about now in today's market, I love being married. And every
Yeah.
day when I see stuff, I
Yeah,
love it even more
yeah.
I
because
am too. I'm
it's
proud.
exhausting. Dating is exhausting. It was
That's why I
exhausting
won't
back
do it.
then. It was exhausting back then. You know,
Oh,
I
No.
come from the
even
day
it's
I
even
come from the day when you out and
scarier
the
now.
dude, yeah. I come from the
It's
day when the
scarier
dude,
now.
child. Let me tell you something.
I
I
know.
come from the day when you out and the dude slide up to you, yo baby, what's up? What's your sign? Please stop. That's my sign. Thank you very much. But I come from I come from the old school stuff. It was exhausting then. Then you go out, you come home, you be like,
No.
Lord.
Boy, I don't know. I was more of the aggressor.
And that's what I was about to say. Now the ladies want to be all the ladies want to be Rambo.
No,
Well,
I
I
don't
ain't
want to be Rambo. No.
Uh,
I ain't
yo,
aggressive to
yo,
when it
dude,
comes
what you
to men.
doing?
I can't do it.
You hungry?
I still like to be taken out to dinner. I still like my doors being open. I still like to be you holding my hand and holding my arm, making sure I'm not falling, making sure I'm not on the outside of the track. I love chivalry. I wouldn't
See,
trade it for nothing.
yeah, see, that's how you pamper each other. He pampers you that way, you pamper him other ways, and it works. You know, there's things, you know, it's
And I
fine.
raised my boys like that. My boys still say yes, ma'am. My boys open doors for me. They know to open doors for ladies. They know not to fly through no door unless they're holding the door. And they learn from watching their papa for one thing. But I still enforce if I'm sitting in the car and one of them jump out the car, I'm still sitting there looking like, and they know to come and let me, you know, they come and open the door for me. And I don't do it just for I just sometimes I just think it's just nice. Not all women want to be treated that way, but some women don't mind a man being a gentleman.
I
Hey,
love
It
it.
doesn't
Gardner.
make
Hey,
it.
Hey,
Okay,
Gardner.
Netta.
Hey, Gardner.
Yeah, Netta. Let
Hey,
me
God,
ask you a
say Gardner.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, the way your husband treats you, does that make you any less Netta? Does that make you any less who you are?
Oh, honey, I got a superstar on my chest. That makes me feel good. My husband made me feel good all over. I don't mind him spoiling me
Come on.
right at all.
I know what you're talking about, but that's what I'm saying. Society is trying to teach these young women now that when a man does that, he up to something. He trying to control you. No, he's trying to
Or
treat you like what you're worth to
they
him.
say he too soft. Don't know
Oh,
man do all
You
that.
know that's I had a young girl say that to me one time. I said, I'm sorry, it wasn't my child, but the words came out so fast I couldn't even catch them. I was like, you was one big dummy. And I shouldn't have said that. That was
I
not
can
my
see
child.
people saying that about one of my boys because one of my boys is one is soft spoken and they're both athletic, but I can see people saying that because they still say yes ma'am and they're like little gentlemen, my little boys are. So when my friends come over, they always be like, oh, your sons are so sweet. Or when we at church, they be like, oh my goodness, they're still opening doors and saying yes ma'am. And other children who are more worldly take
Right.
advantage of that, of how my children are.
Right. They think, see, and because again, they've gotten what's the word? Programmed to this.
I tell them my children being raised. I don't know what y'all going through.
I worked in the school system. We literally had a mother come to the school and tell the principal, I don't know what kind of children you all are raising in this school. And the principal's response was, I raised my children at home. What are you sending to school?
Amen. Ooh.
You said a mouthful right there.
Baby.
And see, people have gotten convinced it's the school's job to teach your child manners. You teach that at home. It's the school's job to teach your child how to behave. You teach that at home. Those are not the jobs of the teachers. Why do you think now there's a shortage of teachers and teachers are dropping out of the school system left and right?
Teachers are supposed to be teaching the lesson to get to the next grade. Even still with that, I still taught my children at home. I mean, It starts at home.
Exactly, girl. I had little flashcards. My kids was 4 and 5. I had flashcards glued all over the first started with 2-letter words. It, am, 2 and 3, you, me. I taught them how to recognize those. Then I would switch them around to make sure they didn't just memorize. Then we switch them around. My children knew before they went to school. And they knew how to behave.
That's my grandson.
Still on this door right here, my room door, because I had everybody's door labeled, the walls labeled. It still got from my kids were learning way back when. It still say mommy and daddy on the door because I just had everything labeled. My house is like romper room for my kids. Yeah. I just wouldn't say it any other way.
And you know, at Tappas Creek, I know it sounds like we're getting off subject, but still, these are roles.
That was my role. Nurture and teach my children.
Your roles.
Miss Jones is gems. You know, we don't know who's listening, who might need to hear this, and I know I'm learning a lot. You know,
yeah, those are. And she right. Those are more roles.
Yeah. So, but guys, it's 11:17. So, I'm gonna need y'all to sum up tonight's topic. Starting with my Renaissance grandmother, since she was the beauty behind the topic.
Is Grandma frozen?
No, she is.
Oh no! What did you say, honey? My speaker went out. What did you ask me to? I said
we gonna wrap up the topic since tonight was your topic. If you want to chime in on everything that we was talking about.
So you want me talking about my station channel?
No, I want you to talk about some of the.
Oh, I am my Renaissance grandma. And what?
You supposed to be summing up something about tonight's topic since it was your idea.
Girl, I ain't got nothing to sum up with all you married people.
Okay, do any one of you married people want to sum up tonight?
That's my sum up right there.
I do have one more thing to say when we talk about roles, because I remember distinctively when my children were small, it was my role to be so nurturing to them. I was always there from 1 to 11. But I tell you now, roles have reversed in my house. They daddy is everything to them. Now that they're in their teenage roles, that's what they go to. They talk to him. He guides them. He's laughing with them. And I just kind of stand on the sideline. So the roles have completely reversed in our household, that he's now more of the nurturer at this phase of their life while they're young teenagers. I just find that interesting.
Okay. Jay, so you open the door?
Open the door, close the door, and a lot of other
Turn
things.
up the lights.
And ain't no candle.
Do anybody else got anything to add to tonight's discussion?
Well,
Well,
I will say this really quick and then I'll bow on out. Roles are different in each relationship. Some roles are the same in some relationships, but it's up to the two people that are in the relationship. It's up to the couple. I will say my husband is a man of God and he loves me and I love him, and we put God in the middle of everything we do. And he opens the door for me sometimes, and I open the door for him sometimes. So it's according to how we're feeling, um, what kind of roles that I take. But I'm not too good to cut grass. I'm
Now,
I'm I'm not too good to do some of the work they might think is for a man because we're in it together. I think
April,
it's
good
just a
mama.
mutual respect, love, and admiration, and growing together. And I want to know, will you love me in the morning before we go forward? You know, when my hair is not black or whatever color you may dye it, but it's gray. When I've put on a few extra pounds, I just want to know you're going to still love me in the morning, and that's in the morning of years down the road. And I thank God for
Yes,
that. I thank
yes,
God for
yes.
that. What you
No matter
doing? You
what your
singing,
head
Jigs?
turn to,
Because
your
you
head
that's
talking, you
turn white. You
y'all
get
that's
dropping
a
some
his
little
gems.
that's his
flatter, but
agreement
you
song.
still
That's how
my
we
Yeah,
wife.
agrees.
y'all dropping
That's
some gems tonight.
Oh, is that what we doing?
Yeah.
But
Well, I was just
To
complimenting what you
me,
were
y'all
saying.
are. I don't know
now
about everybody else.
I will say this. I will say this one situation. My husband had some health issues and he was in the hospital for a week. And in that week, I was at that hospital and I was there day and night. And this was
mhm.
before that virus broke out. And my children saw me at the hospital. I would come home to shower and change, and then Tampa, I would hit that highway and make it right back to Methodist. And when I was in the hospital, I remember one young man said, he said this. He said, "You're not going to leave him alone." I said, "No, I'm not going to leave him alone." And so I stayed there with him, and I showed that young man something before he left. He said, "I'm going to look for a friend like that has characteristics like you, ma'am." He was a young gentleman because I stayed with my husband. The room was not clean enough for me, so I cleaned the room. I made the room clean. I called maintenance. I had them clean the ceiling. I had them clean everything. And then I came home and got me a blow up mattress and blew it up in that room. And I stayed in there with him. The doctor came in and my bed was bigger than my husband's bed. But I mean,
Mhm.
true commitment. You're gonna go the extra mile.
You
And
Yeah,
better
after my
believe
hu-
it.
and
yeah.
after my husband got home, and I got him home, one of my children said, "I don't know if I can do this marriage thing because you're doing an awful lot." I said, "Look, when you're committed and you're in it to win it together, this is nothing but a drop in the bucket."
Yeah, I wouldn't ask for it any other way. I
Right,
didn't.
right.
I just couldn't. Uh, you,
Mm-hmm.
you you just made me think about my husband, his two hospitalizations. Even with the doctor saying, "You're going home. Are you going to go home? I know you have class and you have work. Are you going home?" I'm like, "No, I ain't going nowhere. I can study right here in this corner,
See,
watching y'all to see what y'all doing to my
there you
husband."
go. Mm,
That's right. That's right.
exactly, exactly. Never, exactly.
So
Hmm.
I,
I
I,
So it's a beautiful thing. Relationships are a beautiful thing. Work at it, communicate, know what you're getting into, and then you have a good little journey.
have some fun.
Just make
Yeah,
You'll have
you
a
have
good little journey. Have some fun. Oh yes.
life is
I'm
a
nurturing. It is a journey. So so I'm going to back out because I still have two blessings over here I'm working with. I think one is sleep, but the other one is into a little something. But on the grandmother thing, I very rarely tell my daughter no, but that's because in the today's society, I don't always trust people with my grandchildren. And if they can't tell you what is going on, you have to be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I understand about telling them no so they can
yeah,
be that parent they're supposed to be. But
yeah.
if she is a single parent, and the Lord has his way of doing things.
Mhm.
Sometimes he will move somebody completely out of the way. And it's okay because if you're trying to raise a child a certain way, sometimes that extra element don't need to be there. So I just thank God and we push ahead
You're right.
and it's all gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I
You're
was
right.
blessed with my children. Mm.
You're
That's
right. You're right. I
mhm.
love all mine. They
Yeah.
crazy, but I love all of them.
I
They
love
crazy.
them, but I don't like them half of the time.
I'm
You
still
know
waiting
what?
to be. I'm
Now
still
see,
waiting to
that's
be an empty nester.
yeah.
I
Now
don't think that will happen for
yeah,
me, but that's okay.
yeah. Now, as far as today's
Yeah,
topic, to me, the bottom line in the
yeah.
relationship, there has to be another element in that relationship.
The
One
Lord
extra
Jesus
element in your
Christ.
relation. Exactly, the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me show you something. I don't know if you can see this real good. Yeah, this. You see this? This is a triangle. On one side is the husband, on the other side is the wife, and at the top is Jesus. You see that? If you notice, from the bottom, the closer you get to Jesus, the closer you get together. You notice that? That's that triangle. So the closer you get to each other, the closer you're gonna get to God. You got to have that extra element because that Jesus in you makes you willing to sacrifice, make you willing to go the
Ooh,
extra mile, make you willing to
yes, sir.
love, make you willing to care, make you willing to nurture, make you willing to know that it's not always about you. It has to be about
There you go.
everyone there. So that's what Jesus does. He shows you that it's not always about you. And it, like you said, it's a journey. But if you get it and you get it good and you're willing to share yourself and look beyond yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're women. We would love to look like be fabulous 24/7, 360, wake up looking gorgeous like they do in the movies. But that's not life. That's not real. That's some fantasy that you're trying to
I
make
do.
up. And I guarantee you look, you set standards so high for yourself, you can't reach them.
Hmm.
So you have to be realistic, but you have to understand when you get into any relationship, there is going to be a role, but talk about it before you get together. Don't waste each other's time. Don't waste each other's abilities. Don't destroy another human being because you trying to mold them into something that you have some kind of crazy image in your mind you want them to be. Relationships are sharing. You must share. You must give. You must care. If you're not going to do that and you're going to make it all about you, then you should be by yourself.
That's right.
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes,
I
yes.
refuse to. I married him anyways.
I know that's right.
Oh man.
What's that song? That
Awesome.
song they used to have out. One is a lonely number. One is the
Mm,
loneliest number.
One and two
I gotta
takes
look that one up.
me.
What?
Three.
And one is the
It's the
loneliest
loneliest
number that
number that you'll
you'll ever
ever
do. And it didn't say no that you'll ever
ever
do.
do.
That's one is the loneliest
Oh, I
number.
had the other version. I was doing the Keith Sweat version.
Hey,
Keith Sweat, Brian
Dallas,
Knight.
Yes.
tell us about your
Okay.
channel before you go.
Okay. I'm in central Indiana. I love gardening, doing things outside, and
Love is how it
nurturing, taking
goes.
care of my family. So if you want to stop by and see a little of that sometime, and I have some bees, I'm out here. I'm gonna check you out in the morning now, J3GS Farms, because you're gonna be on there talking about bees.
Yes.
So I'll be checking that out.
Hey, South Florida and LGG, thanks for being in.
Thanks, LGG.
LGG, South Florida. Welcome in.
Jigs, tell us about your channel.
Jigs is not here.
Well, that
Oh,
other fella who got jigs in his brain, tell us about.
Yeah, that JGD fella.
Yeah, that fella.
Oh, how y'all doing? JGD
And don't even
says
and,
B.
and don't even mention the other fella's name. So you tell us about this one that's on the screen.
What I done missed?
This is JGD B Haven.
Okay.
Oh, the
Yeah.
print too
B.
small. I can't even see it.
JGD B Haven.
JGD.
And if you want to know, that's for my granddaughters, and I'm praying that they behave until they get married, or whatever the case may be.
it's possible.
It's a
I
B
believe
channel.
we'll do it.
B channel. I do B stuff and a little bit of other stuff. So if you want to look the simple way about taking care of bees and don't make it difficult like some of the other beekeepers and everything. I keep everything very simple because it's something I like to do, and that's it. But now my brother, he's got J through GS Farms. He do some other
Mute.
stuff.
We can't even talk about him. Not at all.
He do some everything
Y'all
on his channel.
Scratch that from the docket. He not here tonight, remember.
It's
Never
not
tell
admissible.
everybody about the channel.
Look, he not here. He's not here, and you're not even gonna give him a commercial tonight.
Show not. Never tell
Wow.
everybody about your
Wow.
Hello, everybody. I'm Netta. I'm the host of Netta's Nest. I am a happily married woman, and I have 3 teenagers. I do have my channel that I started up when I was on sabbatical because, unfortunately, I am a nurse also. And I've learned to garden, and I quite enjoy gardening. And I would prefer to stay in my garden, but I got to go back to work. So that's about it. I go to get out there and I do a little something. I'm growing all kind of mess out there in the yard, and I just enjoy being in nature. So if you
Amen.
want to come over and hang out for a little while, I do talk about a little bit of envelope stuffing on Fridays.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna start intertwining some other stuff in my budget, in my channels, just doing little things here and there besides gardening, because it's too hot here in Florida, zone 10A, to be gardening. You go out there and you might start looking like the weeds because it's hot. Is it hot in Georgia?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
76 right now.
Mm.
Hey. So anyhow, Netta's Nest, come on over. I do have another channel called Netta Can Budget if you want to learn about some budgeting and anything interesting, but just my life. And thank you for having me on the panel.
No problem. Anytime, sweetie. Welcome anytime. I'm going to commercial. So guys, y'all know I like honey. The fresh honey. Just love it. So if y'all want to get some of this fresh honey, you got to go over there to Don't Hurt the Harvest. Because she got crystallized honey.
I am clutching my invisible pearls.
She got it. You got it. You got to go check out my girl Don't Hurt the Harvest. Because she in business, baby. I'm making some of the sweetest wine and some of the sexiest crystal honey you ever seen. Back to the program.
I'm gonna let Jay know you done kicked him to the curb.
Oh, you heard what I said. I'm clutching my pearls.
I'm clutching mines too.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
clutching mines
Miss
too.
Jones, tell us about your channel.
I have a channel, but most of the time I'm in the garden. I don't even think about a camera.
I know that's right.
I forget all that stuff. I don't really do a lot of content, but I love coming on live channels. I love talking with people. I've gotten to know some of the greatest gardeners and people ever. Tampa's Creek. Tampa's Creek found out she and I are a lot closer than what we think, because she was literally born around where I live now. So, but
Oh, okay.
but I'm Mississippi zone 7B, 8A, depending on the weather, and it's hot in the Delta. What can I tell you? But it's been great. But like I said, I don't have a lot of content on my channel. I do have something, but if you're interested in building your own greenhouse, I built my own greenhouse. So you can take a peek at that video. Yeah, I did built my own greenhouse. And use my husband's tools. He fussed, but I used them anyway. But I just appreciate the fact that Tampa's Creek invited me to come on. When she saw me pop in the chat, she said, "Come on up here, Miss Jones." And actually, I was literally just going to sit and watch. But when
Me too.
I started laughing. So I said, "Let me go on up and get on up here." And I love everybody. And JG, did you email me that Cash App number?
I email everybody back.
Okay, I got to go back and check my email. I must have missed it, but I love you all. If you all have anything interesting, I'll be peeking at everybody's channel. Netta's Nest, I will be subscribing to you all. Harvest, I will be subscribing as soon as I get off here.
South Florida, yes, that's the wine from the wine live that we did. Miss Alice walked us through the process.
Okay.
All righty, guys.
Here we go.
Gotta pay the bill. Another commercial.
Another commercial.
Right.
Everybody do the honey dance. You gotta rock. Because look what's coming to the stage. Look at J3G Honey Farms. Go over there to JGD Behaving. Get this honey. I promise you it's going to change your world. You don't know the things that you're going to do until you suck on some of this honey.
Oh, honey.
Go and get it. Get it. You might want to put it in a safe, because everybody who touched this honey going to change. And they're going to be in a different place.
One way or the other.
Program. Okay, my Renaissance.
Hey, this is my Renaissance Grandma, and I do a small patio garden. I have a hydroponic garden. I do vegan cooking. I do a little acrylic paint. I do some store walks. I might do some recalls. I do herbal tinctures, herbal teas, everything herbal. And I am the CEO of Lady Bee Collections, where I can make you smell good, feel good, and look good.
Yes, sir.
Snap-a-doodle. Everybody put in the chat and say snap-a-doodle. You gotta type in snap-a-doodle. Now I'm gonna do a giveaway of some seeds.
Here we go.
1 or 2. Do I need to put 1 or 2?
What you end up buying?
So do I need to put one giveaway of seeds or 2 giveaways? Let me know in the chat. Do y'all want me to just do 1 drawing or 2 drawings? Yeah, snap-a-doodle, baby. Snap-a-doodle.
Whatever touch your heart.
David said 3.
No, David, 2. I'll do 2.
Somebody, he said no 4.
He gonna say no 4. So everybody in the channel, in the chat, not on the panel, but in the chat, can participate. Ready for
Not
the
on the
first
panel.
question? You on the panel?
She
you
said the
can't
cat. She
participate.
said the chat cannot participate.
No, I said the panel can't just to participate. The panel, the panel, the panel. Nobody on the panel can
Nobody
participate.
on
Oh
the
well.
panel. Okay.
Oh well.
All right. The first one, I went to somebody's house and I identified a queen bee. Who house did I go to?
I don't know who
Y'all, if
Sarah
y'all don't
knows.
get that right, y'all need to be hit upside the head.
I can't think of her name.
Sweet Thumb got it. First of all, Netta, why are you giving them the answer?
Oh, I'm talking that loud. My bad.
They heard.
Oh, and it was Sarah.
Yes.
Oh,
And don't hurt the harvest, put it in there. She ain't
There's
even
only,
supposed to be
Right.
I'm about to say there's only 2 people with bees that she messed with.
I know. So, Sweet Thumb, I will send you some seeds in the mail.
In the mail.
The next one is,
I put myself on mute.
we know. Uncle
JGD,
Bandit,
check your cash app.
Uncle Bandit
It's
sent
in the
me
email.
a gift. He gave me a gift card. Where was the gift card to?
I told you where to send that card to.
Not you.
Who gave you a gift card?
Uncle Bandit with
That's why
Right.
CC. That's why CC got down so she could play and win some seeds.
Uh-huh.
because Miss Alice just put the doggone answer in the chat.
Alice, what is you doing?
I don't know what she doing. She just gave them the answer and CC
Okay. I am. My fingers are away from the keys. You can ask another.
you go and send CC some seeds since you gave her the answer. I'm
That's
gonna
why I
do
had
one
put
more.
myself on
Okay.
mute.
I'll send Cece some seeds.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna do another
Is that
one,
okay,
'cause
CC?
I'm not getting CC no. I'm not getting CC no seeds because Miss
You
Alice,
don't deserve it.
she
She
keep
said
on
she
putting
knew
the
the
answer
answer.
in chat. Her and them. I'm about to
I'm mad
mute
with
me.
them. They only gave me these little bit of seeds.
What? Sweet Thumb said y'all gotta mute her keyboard. How I mute her keyboard? Cause she tripping. Just getting the answers.
Look, my hands are up now. I'm holding the phone with one hand, and this hand is up.
Hey,
And I
well, this is
told
you,
her she
Sugar
could
Mama.
participate. So I'm gonna do one more.
Okay, I'm
South
listening.
Florida sunshine. Hello.
Where does the best honey come from?
The hive.
Hello.
Netta said the hive.
Right, South Florida
The best state.
sunshine.
The best state.
Who did my first live with me?
Oh, I know.
No.
Can I answer? Can I answer?
No.
My first live. Who did I do it with?
Don't
They
hurt
have
the harvest. Put your hands up. Don't
My
hurt the
hand
harvest.
is
Don't
on my
touch
face.
nothing.
They have 10 seconds to answer. 9, 8,
David answered. Did
David.
7. He shouldn't answer either because he know he be on the panel.
David wrong.
Oh,
Who did he say? I can't see the chat.
He said Jay.
Bayou Sugar said Jesus.
That's who I thought it was.
My first live was done with who?
You got me confused now.
The very first live I did.
The very first time. I don't know. I thought it was
if somebody's smart, they'll go to my live.
Mhm.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My very first live, I did by myself.
Oh, I thought it was with Mackenzie.
I did by myself. The second
Tampa.
one was with Jigs and Lycra.
Tampa, you need to be beat.
I said the very first live.
You said, who did you do your very
You
first
said, who
live
did you
with?
do it with?
Yeah, you said
that
with.
means they should have said nobody.
No, wrong. Now,
Nope.
you do another one because you done messed up. You messed up.
Yeah.
No. Look, Bayou said, I said the Lord.
That's true too.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
need
true.
So do I need to give it to Bayou?
I guess you got it then.
Okay.
You got it right.
So Bayou, I sent you some seeds. It was, I said, who did I do my very first live with? Nobody.
You said with. That's where you messing folks up.
I mean, hey, if
You can't do a live with yourself.
Yes, I can because I did it. So Bayou and who else?
I'm starting not to want you in Georgia.
Oh well, it ain't what you want. It's what God allowed, and that's where He want me to go. He
I
gonna
know
let me
him.
go.
I know him.
He ain't listen to you. He listen to that other fella.
I know him too. Then I know him too.
Yeah. He listened to that other fella. So Bayou and Sweet Thumb got me, and Miss Alice gonna send CC some seeds. David said this is a bull. Hey Sandra. Okay guys. CC, do you want some watermelon seeds? Give mine to the pot. What pot?
In case you have another light, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Well, guys, if you all want to support the channel, I'm trying to raise some funds for a radiator so I can get my car fixed. They told me to put this in the live tonight when I was talking to everybody earlier. So if you want to support me and Mackenzie channel, any little thing will help. Is there anything anybody else want to say?
Good night.
Okay, so she said she
I didn't go to sleep on you tonight, my Renaissance.
Oh no,
I
you
know.
did.
Oh, we already said goodnight. Are we waving yet?
Yeah, we're saying good night.
Good night.
Love you
God
guys.
bless.
Have a good
Everybody
night.
have a good rest.
Time
Thank
to
you for
go.
coming in.
Yeah.